good evening. I hope everyone's having a good week. Ugh. Hold on. Thought I had the stretches out of my system. I did not. Okay, I'm awake. Ugh, just about. Oh, it's not you, it's me, I swear. No, don't elbow the boom arm. That's how you break things, dear. Ah. Okay, now I'm awake. I got dragged out of bed early because the new mattress I bought was unraveling, so we had to get a replacement in. They said they'd be here at 10. They were here significantly earlier than 10. I am not happy about this. I like my lions, but it is what it is. I don't have to worry about this mattress disintegrating under me, so that's nice. Right, let's see if we can keep anyone alive this week, because these guys are just dying, like, constantly. Like an alarming amount of dying, consistently. I know Arrow is planning on swinging by, so I will be judged if anybody dies this week. I'm already being judged. Very, very harshly. Our babies. Haha. I'm still so in love with these two. They're so cute. Okay, it is the keyboard. Let's see. Where are we? We're in the quiet season, so it's a new year. Oh, right. Mom died. Some jobs and actions can't be performed. Whoosh. Oh, right. Yeah, we're all starving to death. Cool. Anybody? No. Okay. Oh, right. I kind of forgot about that. Uh-oh. Yes, I can see why some jobs and actions can't be performed. Uh-oh. Oh, I can't do... Oh, okay. Can I leave this? No. Okay. We have exactly one option for work this month, this season, and it is rebuild or mourn. Well, mourning is probably the healthy choice. However, I think we're going to have to rebuild because this place is kind of knocked to shit, and I would feel bad to leave it that way. Let's see. Okay. Tang's upset that the glow's getting worse. Mars is mad that she can't buy stuff. I think we might have done a sweep round. Okay, Cal's being a sweetheart. Not kind of missing the mark a little bit. You can't even talk to my own father. Deese is psychologically left the building for the time being. Okay. We're not gonna... Let's do rebuild. Not great for the stress, but somebody's gonna do it. And it'll keep us busy, which means we don't have to think about it. The first month of quiet passes, each day plodding one after the other. You still have trouble sleeping in the classroom barracks, but there's nowhere else to go. Every day you wake up with the others and try to make the best of it. Grief and anger come in waves, not just for you, but for everyone. Some days are better than others. You're assigned to help rebuild the walls. The first part of the month is spent just dragging away the wreckage, sorting it into salvage or recycling. By the time that's done, crews disassembling parts of the stratospheric have delivered enough salvage that you can begin work patching up the walls. A sense of urgency permeates the crew. After everything, people need to feel safe. Deese is on the work crew with you, something he does begrudgingly. Walls didn't help the first time, he grumbles whenever anyone asks for his opinion. We should just tear them all down and live like the animals do. If someone planted a bunch of buildings on my land, I'd be pissed off too. Work hard. By the end of the month, you've made noticeable progress. There are other priorities and not a lot of construction material, but when last year's mushwood harvest is done drying out, you'll be able to do more. Even if Deese is right that it didn't help the first time, it's better than nothing. The sun's finally dawn again on your birthday. You wake early and climb to the top of engineering to watch the first sun's watery rays break the horizon as the wormhole recedes across the sky. Dawn should represent hope after a long period of darkness, but this light only reveals the full extent of the damage to the colony. You've been having trouble sleeping, like most people. It's hard to find rest, crammed into the classroom with all the other kids and their families. And every time you close your eyes, you shake your head to clear the memories. You pull your blanket more tightly around your shoulders. Not your blanket, that one's gone. And stare out as the sun rises on the horizon, meager and sickly. "Hey, kiddo," you hear. Then your dad comes and sits down beside you. "I was looking for you. Nice view, huh? At least we got a rooftop patio out of the deal." He laughs a little at his own joke, then just sort of trails off with a sigh afterward. He puts his arm around your shoulders and you sit in silence for a while, watching the sunrise pick out all the broken glass littering the fields, glimmering like a field of stars. Neither of you really know what to say. It's clear your dad feels like he has to give you a pep talk, but there's an oppressive nature to the silence that makes it feel impossible for either of you to start. Eventually, he just sighs and his shoulders slump. "I know things seem pretty bad right now," he says, squinting into the sunrise. It sounds like it's taking all his effort to not cry. "But it'll get better. It has to, right?" You're not so sure. "At least your mom wasn't here to see this," he mutters. "That's the silver lining, I guess." You watch the sunrise together for a few more minutes. After a bit, your dad musters up a brave smile and pulls out a little box tied with a piece of gardening twine. "Happy birthday, my little rutabaga," he says. You know what it is before you open it. Your old medallion, the one your dad made with the sun on it to represent Earth, was broken during the attack. In all the chaos, you didn't even notice, but your dad did, and made you a new one. It's just like you remembered. A similar design, with a wormhole this time, to represent Vertumna. You thank him and squint out at the swirling wormhole still barely visible in the brightening sky. It's so massive and awe-inspiring this time of year, but it always seems to herald disaster. You're happy to watch it fade away into the daylight. Your dad slaps you on the back. "What a birthday, huh? Here's hoping they all get better from here." You both head back downstairs to the wreckage of the canteen, where they've put up temporary roofing with whatever tarps and scraps could be found. The colony nanoprinters, the few that still run, have been working day and night to replace the necessities of life, but larger construction projects are going to take some time. Aunt Anne has coaxed the kitchen nanoprinters into serving soy gruel and pressed bars. Life-sustaining, but depressing. You and the other colonists eat your breakfast in stony silence as you mentally prepare for the day. Chief Administrator Seek has taken over as interim governor until the council can elect someone new. Last week, they held a massive funeral for everyone who died. There's talk of turning the Stratospheric's destroyed front half into a memorial shrine, after everything useful has been salvaged. There's still so much to do. I look so tiny. Let's see. "This wretched planet," Mars grumbles, gazing at the wreckage of the Stratospheric. "That was my ship." Tangent paces outside the engineering wing, the only building still standing. With everyone living here, there's barely enough room to think. I presume an enemy is still in mourning. Deese is sitting on a pile of rubble, looking out over the colony wreckage. He doesn't look particularly sad. What do you want? Wow, fucking rude. I know it's hard, Cal says, fiddling nervously with a tassel on his shirt. But I just think, what would your mom do right now? She wouldn't complain, that's for sure. It's been hard to talk to your dad about everything. Losing your mom, then losing the colony right after. It's too much to take. Neither of you know what to say. Okay. Back to rebuilding. I'm so gonna take psychological damage from not stopping to mourn, but I'm upsettingly practical at times. You're assigned to help out in geoponics. The agriculturists have been hard at work trying to salvage what they can of the ruined fields and the destroyed greenhouses, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Your dad has taken over as chief cultivator. Succeeding your mom was already difficult for him, and now there's this. He's never been the kind of guy to hide from hard work, but he's been pretty distant lately. Cal's working in geoponics too, of course. He smiles when he sees you. Hey, Solana, there's lots of stuff to do. What do you want to work on? Huh? Well, we've maxed out animals. Oops. Smacking the desk there. We've maxed out animals, so I might skip that one. But I think somebody needs to repair the greenhouses. Because we're already starving. Either of these could be good. Repair the greenhouses. The geodesic domes, miraculous prefab modular structures your parents brought from Earth, are in shambles. Much of the glass and metal is beyond repair, destined for the recycler. You and Cal help clear away the debris, and when that's done, you help drape tarps over what's still standing so that the drifting spark snow doesn't pile up inside and affect the soil acidity. Anything that can't survive outside of a climate-controlled greenhouse needs to be harvested and sent to the kitchen so that it can be preserved. Canning, jarring, dehydration, ancient techniques you've learned about in school, but didn't think you'd have to put into practice so soon. Everyone is worried that this will be the final nail in the coffin for your food supply after the famine last year. You try not to think about it too hard, instead focusing on just doing what you can to help rebuild. At least there are no space capitalists. Don't forget, Mars is still here. There's definitely space capitalists. Let me see. 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh no, there's not yet. Yes, I remember now that you picked this up, didn't you? Did you stop playing it before you got the ending? You're eating in the mess tents when you hear something rumbling. Your bowl and cutlery start rattling. People look around in alarm. Could it be another attack? So soon? You begin to hear shouting from outside. Someone runs into the tent. There's something falling from the sky, they shout. It's on fire! You join the crowd of people leaving your temporary structures to gather in the colony square. People are squinting up into the milky, quiet sunlight, pointing and gesturing wildly. It's impossible to miss the thing hurtling towards you from space, like a great big ball of fire coming straight for you. Is this it? Is this the end? After all you've been through, a meteor is going to land in the middle of your already ruined colony and kill you all? Mars grabs your shoulder. It's another ship, she exclaims. Look! Look! It's another spaceship from Earth! Excitement ripples through the crowd. Could it be? You stare up, unbelieving, at the rapidly approaching ship. The flames of its entry into the atmosphere dissipate, but a thick column of greasy black smoke trails behind it. Soon, you can hear the whistle of it ripping through the atmosphere at terminal velocity. That is not a controlled descent. It's an enormous ship coming at you way too fast. The ship's reverse thrusters fire, trying to slow it down so it doesn't smash into a billion pieces when it hits the planet. Everyone scatters to take cover. You crouch behind some rocks, throw your arms over your head, and squeeze your eyes shut. You hear the massive spaceship touch down in geoponics, plowing through the fields and grinding over what was left of the greenhouse. For fuck's sake, we needed those. You're thrown to the ground from the force of the impact as shrapnel and small rocks zing past your head. It grinds along like some roaring monster, cutting a great scar through the colony and kicking up an enormous cloud of dust. Finally, the ship comes to a creaking, shuddering halt. You and the other colonists carefully crawl out of your hiding places, coughing and rubbing your eyes. The new ship is half buried and obscured by dust, but you can tell it's from Earth. You squint to make out the stenciled letters HELIOPause. Heliopause. A hatch opens in its side and silhouettes begin to emerge. Silhouettes with guns. Soldiers march out of the dust and quickly surround all of the remaining colonists. More soldiers form two parallel lines from the ship to the square, their guns in parade rest, and a lone figure strides down the center towards you. "Greetings, fugitives of Earth," the man says, spreading his hands wide. A dismayed murmur ripples through the crowd. The adults exchange significant looks. Chief Engineer Instance tries to slip out of the crowd, but she's stopped by the line of soldiers. The man smiles. He has a broad, easygoing smile that doesn't match the threatening aura of the soldiers, nor the smoking ruin of the ship behind him. "I am Commander Lum," he says proudly. "As captain of the Heliopause, I have come to render aid and bring you to justice." I'm just gonna spreading his shirt wide as well. Yeah, I'm just gonna leave. The Heliopause soldiers have the colonists surrounded and shove you gently but forcefully back into the crowd. Okay, I should probably listen. Seek steps forward out of the crowd. "You're not the commander of the Heliopause," they say firmly. "Governor Udicott was expecting Commander Morikawa." Everyone is surprised. Udicott had been in communication with the ship? For how long? "I am the captain of the Heliopause," Lum repeats stubbornly, then adds, "according to the chain of command. We sustained significant loss of personnel when we went through the wormhole." You can't help but notice how many of the soldiers exchange looks this time. You wonder how many people had to die before Lum became commander. "As the commanding officer," Lum continues, "I declare this colony to be under our protection. As such, you are now all subject to the laws of Earth." For fuck's sake. Seek bows. Now, they stammer. "There's no need for dramatics. We're a diminished colony, as you see. Governor Udicott died in the most recent attack, and Fluorescent passed away a few months ago. Even Technician Halitosis is gone. You see, we're quite leaderless." "Wait, your mom? What would these Earth cops have wanted from your mom?" You notice Chief Engineer Instance is being held with her arms behind her back. She glowers at Lum with unbridled hatred. Lum turns to the assembled colonists. "Well, why don't we fix that?" he declares. "Say hello to your new governor." You hear a few gasps of shock and outrage, and Lum raises his hands placatingly. "Let's not pretend you don't need our help," he says, "and we could simply arrest you instead, but there's no need to demoralize your little colony further. Judging from the number of guns on display, you don't think you have a choice in this." No one knows how to react. A new governor from Earth? Nearly 100 new colonists, most of them trained soldiers? What does this mean for the colony? The crowd disperses slowly, and the council members follow Lum back into the Heliopause, presumably to talk about the future of the colony. You hope. You track down your friends. "So, what do you think about these new people?" Mars asks. "They're just gonna boss us around." Tangent nods. They don't live here. They don't know what it's like, and they're just going to swoop in and act like they're better than us? She hugs her arms around herself. Did you see what they were doing to Instance? The entire colony, now twice as many of you, sets to work on salvaging the wreckage of the heliopause, tearing it down and combining it with the Stratospheric's remaining engine section. Spirits are high, though these new colonists from the heliopause aren't like any people you've ever met before. With their uniforms and weapons, they're more like an invading force than a rescue. You aren't sure what this means for the colony, or for your future. I immediately hate this man. I mean, yes, his tits are very nice, but other than that, I immediately hate this man. I can multitask. I mean, space capitalism. I am poor, so I'm fucked. As the dust settles, you rebuild your colony around this new ship, the heliopause. The new arrivals, soldiers mainly, are aloof at first. Many see you as fugitives. Together, you build new walls, living quarters, greenhouses, and a massive bunkered garrison. The Stratos engineering wing is the only reminder of your old colony. The heliopause brought enough rations for another 5 years, as well as a rich seed bank and working hydroponics. Finally, an end to the slow starvation you've felt for years. They also have more guns and explosives you've ever seen in your life. Even the ship has guns. A full stomach, a roof over your head, and the promise of safety convinces most Stratocolonists to accept the Helios. In turn, the Helios decide that you criminals pose a little threat. A grudging peace is brokered between the two groups. You decide they aren't so different, really. There are even Helio children, born among the stars, just like you were. After a month of hard work, you and your dad move into your new quarters, and you have your own bedroom for the first time in your life. You place a picture of your mother on the shelves beside your bed. You step out onto your very own balcony to watch the new colony, its grounds bustling with so many strangers and strange new ideas. You feel something rising in your chest that you haven't felt in some time. Hope. Excitement. What will the new day bring? You'd better get out there and find out. I'm going out with cautiousness. I don't trust these people. Especially not guns. Oh good, they didn't try to get funny with my pets. That would have led to immediate and open hostilities. The new common area is a hastily constructed platform clinging to the side of the heliopause. Crews are hard at work incorporating the rigid hull into the natural landscape, creating a charming open-air place for gathering, eating, and relaxing. Just outside, you can hear construction happening on new living quarters for everyone from both ships. Cal is catching a nap sprawled across a pallet of bags of fertilizer. Someone's covered him up with a scratchy burlap blanket. You're about to leave him alone, but he blinks awake and yawns at you. "Hey, Solana," he says, rubbing his eyes. "Sorry, just catching some shut-eye. It's all hands on deck getting geoponics up and running again. Do you need me for something?" Let's see. What is it he likes again? I think he likes these. Food! Cal grabs the fruit out of your hands, then remembers his manners. He gives you a big hug. "Thanks, Solana. I'm starving. How did you know?" This has occurred to me. I should probably be... new people. I should probably be trying to befriend more than one person at a time with the gifts. Well, this seems to be like the one end of the colony. Geoponics is abuzz with activity. Repairs to the domes are underway, the fields are being replanted, and hydroponics from the heliopause are being installed. Yeah, so we'll just work our way back down from this way and then figure out what we're doing for the rest of the season. Even though it hurts, you find yourself wandering over to geoponics. It feels not good to be here, in the place your mom loved and ultimately gave her life to, but not good either. It feels like when you have a bruise, and you can't stop yourself from pushing on it, because the pain reminds you the injury is real. Like your mom dying is this huge, invisible wound, and poking at it forces you to feel something instead of just being numb. Your dad is taking time off of work. Your parents worked double and triple shifts during the growing season this year, and now that it's over, it just feels so cruel. When people work hard, they should be able to look back on what they did and feel proud. Instead, there's just this huge gap where your mom should be. You find your dad sitting in your mom's personal garden. It's miraculously starting to grow again, despite being trampled flat during the last attack and neglected during the famine before that. Still, various autumnal flowers are starting to sprout, as well as hardier earth ones like dandelions. Your dad looks up and musters a smile. He pats the bench beside him. Sit quietly. Your dad is good at sitting in silence. He holds your hand and you sit together, watching the bugs flit around the garden. Eventually, he starts to hum quietly. You recognize the song, an old favorite of theirs, one they used to play after dinner when they would sit and talk for hours about the future they envisioned on Vertumna. You remember sitting at their feet and playing with your blocks, letting their weird adult words wash over you. They had so many plans. You think about your mom and how she sacrificed for the future she'll never see. Your dad puts an arm around your shoulders and you sit like that for a long, long while. Oh, hello. Multiple events. Like every pollen season, your dad gets the shimmer. The pollen is bad this year. Thick, heavy clouds of pink. Even your eyes are a little itchy, and your dad's not the only colonist spending the week in bed. You can hear other people sneezing as you walk through the quarters, bringing him hot trippet soup. Thanks, kiddo, your dad rasps. At least he's sitting up in bed now. Your mom never got sick. Not ever, your dad reminisces. I'm not sure she missed a day of work from the day we landed until the day she... He stops and sighs. I miss your mom. I wish Instance would find a cure already, he grumbles, his hand shaking as he lifts the spoon. 3 years and all she can suggest is bed rest and fluids. What good is all our researching if it can't fix my headache? Your dad must be feeling really sick. He never complains about stuff. You check his temperature on your hollow palm, then dim the lights and bring him a cold pack for his forehead. He has a crust of glittery pink gunk around his lips, looking cracked and gross, so you wipe it away. The glitter is just everywhere on him, like it's coming out of his pores. He looks iridescent in the murky light filtering through the pollen outside. Hey, do you mind opening the window a little? For some fresh air? Smells like a sick person in here, he grumbles, pushing away his soup and rolling over in bed. We're not doing that. The pollen might already be everywhere already, but there's no sense in making it worse. You pretend to crack the window for him, and by the time you look over, he's asleep again. The worst of the pollen fog subsides in a few days, and your dad starts to look a little better. He gets back to work, which is good, because there's a lot to do in order to rebuild the colony and get the Heliopause's hydroponics up and running. You're still sweeping glittering dust out of your quarters weeks later. That stuff gets everywhere. Oh, shit. Yeah, we never did, I don't know if we managed to bring the sample back when we got knocked the fuck out. Okay, that's our new exit. Deese looks more skittery than usual, looking around at the new defenses. There's too many people here now, he mutters. Too much noise. Too many mouths to feed. Whatever's out there isn't going to be happy with us. Oh, you're right. It didn't occur to me that that would be in the way for this one. Let me see. There we go. Is that looking better there for you? Actually, I want to see something because this one is... Yeah, this kind of needs that a bit more. I'm going to have to leave the Keka where she sits, though. Let me see. Do we have... There he is. Nope, that's Cal. He likes medicinal roots and he doesn't like cakes. Yeah, no worries. I completely forgot it would be covering the chat boxes. Medicinal roots, right. Dee's eyes light up when he sees your gift. Whoa, he says, taking them from you with uncharacteristic delight. Are these pieces of a jelly arc root network? Or is it a dormant butterfly bush? Where did you find these? Hey, an enemy's up and running again. Nem looks around at all the new soldiers that arrived on the heliosphere. They look so cool, she mutters. Why didn't we act more like these guys in the first place? We never did figure out what she actually likes. It's probably not logs, but she might like flowers. An enemy looks at the offering. Thanks. Okay, it's not flowers. Is his last name Nuts? No. I know, at this point I'm starting to think I'm pronouncing it wrong, but there's no voice acting in the game, so I can't tell. It does occur to me it might be Dice, like Dyson vacuums, but we're too late now. We're down the Dice rabbit hole. What are we gonna do with Uticott? Mars muses, sniffling into a tissue. Without a governor, we're totally lawless. What if someone tries to take my stuff? Oh, bless her socks. Here, have a flower. She holds up the flower to look at it. A flower? A cheap gift. But I suppose it will look good in my hair. Thank you. I've pitched that a little too high. What the fuck am I gonna voice multiple more people? The colony's full of new people. Everywhere you look, you see a stranger. It's disorienting after growing up in a closed spaceship. You never expected to meet any other humans that weren't made here on Vertumna. You bump straight into one of these new people while you're jogging through the colony. Oof. He laughs and holds you steady, brushing the imaginary dust off you, and gives you a wide, fanged smile. Hey, it's one of the kids from the Heliopause. You think his name is Rex. Hey, I'm Solano. Welcome to Vertumna. You stick your hand out and shake his, and he laughs. You notice he's wiggling his dog ears. They can really move independently. Pleased to meet ya, he says. I'm Rex, and I love to shake a paw. I know a ton of tricks. He winks. Rex puts his hand against his cheek, looking cute and lost. Hey, since I'm new here, do you think you could help me find the construction yard? I thought I might apply for a job there. Aww. Pay no attention to the button I click. For you, anything. His eyes widen as he winks oh, right, yeah, we're actually, like, teenagers now, so it's not just, like, being polite to people. Fuck. Immediately outed for my sins. His eyes widen as you wink suggestively, and he grins, wiggling his ears and lolling his tongue out like a dog. So adorable. I might just take you up on that, he says. You tell him everything is a bit changed since the Heliopause landed, but you think the construction yard is still near command. He thanks you for the directions. We give him gifts? Yes. Rex hasn't gotten used to life on the surface yet. You remember your first year. Vertumna seems so enormous, so full of dangers and mysteries. Well, it still does, but the shock wore off eventually. Rex still has that slightly bewildered look on his face every time he walks outside and the sunlight hits his face. It's so bright and warm. Alright. What do dogs like? Sticks? Whoa! Rex howls with happiness as he takes the mushwood from you. You remembered my birthday and brought me the perfect stick for my collection. Oh, I think I just learned. Oh, nice. I think he's the first person whose birthday we've learned as well. Oh, I gotta get better at giving people gifts. Ugh. You've seen Nomi around since the Heliopause landed. They're around your age and barely 1.5 meters tall, only coming up to your shoulder. You've never seen anyone dressed as strangely as they do. Hi! Their voice is high-pitched and quick. I'm Nami Nami. It's short for nomination. They do a little twirl and bow. You introduce yourself and ask about their outfit. Oh, this whole thing? I designed it myself. A Nami Nami original, based on the outfit Lavendula the Starlifter wears in the 3rd season of Turbo Girl Hyperjet Transform, when she has to work undercover as the lead singer of an idol group. They stick their leg out. Only, I changed the bottom part, and of course I have to wear my gaming gauntlets. I call them gaming gauntlets, but they're really EnviroSuit gloves that I modded so I could play holo games through them. Do you like games? My faves are Laser Fable and Dig Dig Digger Dog. Laser Fable is so much more fun now that we can play outside with room to run around. What kind of holo games do Strato kids like to play? Nami Nami stops to catch their breath, winded after their extended outburst. Challenge them to a game of Laser Fable. You're on! Nami Nami helps you install it on your holopalm and explains the rules. Laser Fable is an augmented reality game where you bounce hologram lasers off real objects nearby. It's speed-based, so you're running around and bumping into each other, and there are extended house rules about when it's legal to block each other's lasers. Value is wild. Excessively unhelpful. Value is 2. Okay. First collectible use is free. Oh yeah, we have these. Sure. This is a combat challenge. Oh, these are collectible uses, right? Sure, we'll plus 2 Cal strength. Plus 1 if this is the highest value. You're gonna be disappointed. We don't need to get paid for this. We just need to win. Goal is 51? Oh, I'm gonna get my ass beat. Is that the new Fable game? Yeah. I mean, we'll be fine. Right on, sister! Nomi gives you a high five, then, with a couple quick flicks on their gauntlet, gives you a kudos for winning. Oh, I got paid 1 and lost 1. They explain this is how they always play Laser Fable with the kids from Heliosphere. Except, they mostly don't want to play anymore. They said they're too old for it. They just want to be soldiers now. Except Rex, he's still cool. I'm so glad she came, like, pre-packaged with a voice that I could do. You pass a group of soldiers from the Heliopause leaving the garden. One of them eyes you with disdain, but the rest ignore you. Inside, Cal is scowling as he rakes up a planting bed. His expression softens when he sees you, but not by much. Hey, Solana, he says, did you see those jerks? They're always sniffing around here, trying to start a fight with me. I think their leader's that mouthy kid, Vase. He leans one arm on his rake. Whatever. Joke's on them. I ain't gonna play their little soldier games. I forgot we'd already talking to Cal this season. Sorry, Cal, you get 1 conversation, unless you get the speech bubble of 2 conversations. I think we want to study and do we want to do engineering or life sciences this season? Because we might still be... I don't think we brought the spores back, did we, when we got knocked out? Ooh, a tree. And we have not met this... Oh, I'm assuming it's him. Let's talk to Tang first, and then talk to guy who's an asshole to Cal. I wonder who will teach Professor Hal's classes now. Tang muses, tapping her finger against her chin. Age is certainly no indicator of ability. Perhaps I may be called upon to share what I know. She tilts her head, as if a thought has just come to her. Of course, it's such a shame that he's gone. I just cannot peg her voice down. She likes flowers and roots. Well, you're getting a flower because I'm running out of roots and Dees only likes those. I hope this might be of scientific interest, Tang says, analyzing the flower. She pulls the petal off and looks at it. Yes, I'll have to take a look at this under a microscope. I hope you find it useful. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. Aw, Tang's growing manners. That's an improvement. This new boy from the heliosphere is a couple of years older than you. He's very handsome, and the missing that's subjective, but and the missing arm gives him a heroic battle-scarred vibe. He stands tall and ready for action, even though it's a normal, boring day. The other recruits milling around the garrison give him a wide, respectful berth. He sees you staring and gives you a curt nod. My name is Vase, Lieutenant Olivasius, he says, considering you with a glint of challenge in his eye. And you are? How do you introduce yourself? I'm an explorer. His expression doesn't change. Is that right? He says, with the air of a boy who's hard to impress. Nice to meet you, Solana. I hear it's been a rough couple of years for the colony. Lucky thing our heliopause came along just in time. He continues, don't worry, we have some of the best soldiers. The very best. We'll keep the colony safe. Well, I can't exactly say we were doing fine before they came. It was a shithole before they even crashed. So are you one of those best soldiers? We train as a team, but Vase says, then clears his throat. Yes, I've won more than my share of zero-G judo matches and virtual riflery tournaments. Even in competing against adults, he adds. Being planet-side is totally different. You tell Vase that firing a virtual gun is nothing compared to running for your life through the jungle while a wild unisaur hunts you down. A unisaur? Vase says, leaning forward a little. His eyebrows raise. Did you actually say something to interest him? That sounds like a fun sport. I'd like to try it sometime. That's not a sport. That's a... Oh, this is the garrison. The Helios have replaced the old garrison dojo with a huge underground bunker. It's much larger and better supplied, and abuzz with activity. Soldiers drilling, weapons being cleaned and inventoried, and animals herded into cages for study. You can't believe how many soldiers are down here. It must be the safest place on the planet. Let me see. I want to raise our combat and our toughness. Because we've maxed our perception and animals, I think. Yeah. I feel like we're going to need some more. No, I feel like... Yeah, let's do sports ball. We could do with the bravery boost, I think. Oh, wait. Let me check about... Can I get up here? Oh, I can. New HQ. Oh boy. Organizing and persuasion. That sounds like a good thing. Oh wait, I forgot to... Let's see. Nami gets... It's so cool you guys have people who aren't boys or girls too, Nami says, twisting a long piece of their hair around the finger. Mom and Dad told me that sometimes people on old Earth didn't understand stuff like that, and your ship left Earth before us, so maybe it was even worse then. They give you a bright smile. But they were worried for nothing. Everyone's so nice here. I don't think I'm going to be able to talk fast enough to match them. Nami looks a little surprised. You brought me a gift? They exclaim. Like, just because? OMG, Solana, thank you. Fucking deep level societal training on genders and breaking into my brain. No food, no weapons, no defenses, Vase says, crossing his arms. No wonder you were almost destroyed. I don't know what I expected, but I figured it would have been better than this. Don't worry, though, he continues. We're here now. We can protect you. This kid is fucking insufferable. Immediately. Here, have a stick. He doesn't even dislike it. Never mind. Next time I'm giving you a rock. Ugh. He doesn't grow up any better. He's a literal garbage human. Oh, I have seen. I don't know if I'm going to do anything for Vertumnalia this year, Nem says, crossing her muscular arms. I know Calm wouldn't want me to stop just because of him, but it doesn't feel right. I don't think we burn our season if I train with... Do we? I also don't want to get my ass kicked, though, so... we gave Tang a present, we gave an enemy a present, we gave Vase a stick. We gave Cal a present, we gave Nami a present, Rex has a present, Mars does not. Dude. Oh, yes. Mars claps in delight as you approach. Solana, she calls out. Today, I had a conversation with someone I haven't known literally since the day I was born. It was incredible. She clasped her hands into her chest. They didn't know about the time I played Ingenuity in the creche play and forgot all my lines, or the time Cal's pants fell down, or the food fight we had in the Strato mess hall. They didn't know anything. We just talked, she exclaims, and we didn't run out of things to say. It was worth maxing combat and toughness just to beat his ass. He has edgelord vibes. I mean, he kind of, I don't know. He has cop vibes. I think Dees has edgelord vibes. This guy has cop vibes. But if doing this with an enemy doesn't use up my month, then we're gonna do this because it raises my toughness, and I would like to beat his ass. Nim suggests you practice some hand-to-hand combat, then kicks your butt in the absolute most literal sense. She leans over you while you're lying on the floor completely gassed. You okay? She laughs. I didn't go too hard, right? Cool. I'm probably going to be limping for the rest of the season. Did we give decent prep? DY. Everything dies, Dee says, plucking at some dead grass and blowing it away into the wind. Plants, people, civilization. Even this planet's gonna die on a long enough timeline. He dusts his hand off and rests his chin on his knees. Why even bother fighting it? Why try to do anything at all? Someone please send it. I also found out his full name. I think I might have mentioned this last week, but his full name, I can't remember what the word is, but it is just a variant. It's a type of depression. Who names their child that? Then again, Professor Hal's full name was halitosis, so not much better. We are going to go and forage in the valley. Yeah. Oh, I could get bravery points, which I need. We need to get that up to 80 for the next thing with these. I'm going to forage in the valley on the off chance we can respawn that event with the shimmer. Chief Surveyor Utopia stops you and Dees near the depot. Feel that? She asks. You can feel a kind of ominous, distant thumping, pulsing regularly through the ground. If you stand still, you can feel it vibrate up into your own body too, like a massive global pulse. Whoops. Utopia says, checking a readout on her holopalm. I reckon it's naturally occurring, she concludes, but it's giving me the willies all the same. You two better check it out. Mind to stick together and take readings on the way in case it's dangerous. You and Dees look at each other, excited. You follow the thumping, now an audible noise growing louder, west until you've roughly triangulated its location. You know you're getting close, but it sounds like it's coming from all around you, and your instruments aren't precise enough to help. What do you think it is? Dees spreads his hands. Aliens, he says seriously. Follow the sound. Have I taken the sample to biology yet? I don't think I got the sample, because I passed out. I stayed there too long and I passed out, so I don't think the sample came back with me. I still got it? Shit. I came out here to get another one. Oh, these challenges are getting rough. Don't worry about it. Not getting to biology in time has no serious consequences. Sounds like bullshit to me. You find a machine, an ancient, broken down machine, like a small pyramid-shaped building made from some kind of dark stone or bone that almost looks like it grew that way. Except it isn't broken. It's just so very old and overgrown, it looks more like a pile of rubble and roots than a building or engine or whatever it was. Still, a thumping noise comes from inside it. The vibrations are strong here, making your guts feel weird. You don't notice it at first, but there's a curious path on the ground, moving away from the machine. A line half a meter wide where the dirt is a little more worn and bare. It heads off in a straight line to the west. Or coming from the west. Could animals have made this path? Or the thumper itself? Well, you don't have the engineering to deal with this, so marvel at it. You run your hand over its pitted, vibrating surface. How could something so unbelievably old still work? It's definitely not natural. You can even see something like writing carved deep into the not quite rock. Dee starts making noises under his breath to the beat of the thumper. It's a pretty sick beat. Eventually, you head back to share your findings with Utopia. Totally an alien civilization, Dee insists. Utopia scratches her head. I suppose, maybe, she says. You said it looks ancient, right? Perhaps there could have been another civ here long ago. We have found other signs, but nothing active like this. It seems to be pointing west or receiving something. She snaps her fingers. There's some right ugly ridge lines out there that have kept us from checking that direction, but we got gliders and motivation. That's half the battle. She makes a note in her hollow palm. I'll open up the western resting ridges for surveyors, she says, and then grins. Whew! Say that 3 times fast. Deese is right. It's definitely aliens. Deese nods solemnly. You can't fool me, Ingrid. I happen to have access to the wiki. Don't worry about it. Breaking news, shirtless redhead guy from the light code in Star Rail has a name and splash art, so yes, he's coming. I should fucking hope so. Also, hey Para, how you doing? What the fuck is that? You find a trippet. A large, tasty, plant, kind of. You've heard it's sort of like an animal too. Like a lot of creatures on Vertemna, it kind of defies classification. Whatever it is, it's huge. It's practically taller than you are. Harvest some stalks. You begin breaking off the freshest and youngest looking shoots. The plant shudders. Analyze the shudder. I'm very passionate about the husband to wife. You barrel rolls your way in here to tell you that. Yuna's very passionate about the husband to wife ratio in Star Rail. Listen. It's not to do with the ratio. It's to do with that was some very nice light cone art they had for that guy. And I have a really specific type. Anyway, moving on to something else. Anything else. Hold on. Yeah, we can do a little bit of stress. It's good for us. Wait, no, we need... Shit. Fine. Okay. Hmm. This one, 25, yeah, for sure. We'll be fine. It's only a little stress. Best part, he's a 4-star. Hell yeah! Won't have to break the bank to get him, because I still don't have Xingyang. Yeah, this plant is alive and sentient like an animal. It is definitely not happy that you're ripping its limbs off. It's hard to tell if it's in pain, really, but you'd say discomfort at least. All the same. Stop. I'm not an animal. Yeah, no. Something about what you're doing just feels wrong. You make a note on your map of where it is, but oddly, you never find it again. Oddly? Yeah, if someone came along and ripped my limbs off, I'd probably leave too. Ugh, I'm so glad we got that perception ability that lets me just walk past events. This son of a bitch. How old is my character? We are 15. So many people are dead. So many people. You spot a juvenile screecher queen all on her lonesome. She's still mobile, but she's moving very slowly, digging around in the dirt here and there, licking the ground, possibly looking for a place to take root and live out the rest of her life. This might be an opportunity to capture a living hive. Maybe you could convince it to take root in one of the barns in the colony, giving the colony a source of honey without so much dangerous foraging. It spits acid if you get too close, and they have a nasty, powerful beak. No wonder no one's managed to catch one. Trick it. I'm in danger. Oh boy, this is gonna be a big stress push at the end of this. Nice. Never mind. No stress push needed. And 3 stars. Hell yeah. Been a while since we've seen that. Mostly blind, the Squeeger Queen is oblivious to your ulterior motive. You spend an entire day subtly leading her in the right direction. She's like an incredibly slow turtle who keeps stopping to lick the ground for some reason. It's super boring. Your dad meets you at the gates to receive the Queen. Your Majesty, he jokes, bowing deeply. Oh, I don't like that they call it the card milking the squeeger. I'll make sure she gets settled in, he says to you. Come by and visit anytime you want. Keep exploring. Fuck it. Oh, I should not have done that. Oh, my stress went through the fucking roof. Guess we're taking next season off. Let's see if there's anything else interesting out here. Oh, grab that. Actually, I have a better idea. If we head home now and don't get any more stress, we can swing by biology, if it's not too late. It's probably too late. Oh, hey, Dees. You head out of the colony hoping to find Dees, and you do, as well as Rhett and Utopia, who have teamed up to talk to Dees about something that has him scowling deeply. It was different before the attacks, you hear Utopia say. But you're older now, and when you're on an expedition, you can get into a lot more danger than when you were just a little kid going on walkabout. When you're out there on my team, I'm counting on you to do as you're told and to be where you said you'd be. She gestures beseechingly. What am I going to do if something happens to you out there, kid? What if you disappear one day and you're hurt and no one knows where to find you? What if... I'll be fine, Dees cuts her off. I can take care of myself. And if I can't, that's on me. That's not how it works here, Rhett says, his voice stern. You're not just putting yourself in danger out there, you're putting the whole colony in danger. I know you're a bit of a loner, son, but you have family here. All of us. We're all your family. We're going to send people out to find you. And what if they get in the same trouble you did? He continues. We're counting on you to follow directions out there, to keep everyone safe. Not just yourself. What if I don't want to be found? Dees explodes, waving his arms around. What if I want to be left the hell alone? Rhett and Utopia are stunned by Dees' outburst. Rhett opens his mouth to respond, but Dees talks over him. If I don't come back, just leave me out there, he spits. If this planet wants me dead, maybe I deserve it, huh? Don't you ever think about that? Maybe I deserve to die out there. Maybe we all do. With that, Reese stomps away. Rhett and Utopia look stunned. You follow Dees to the outer walls of the colony, to where he's angrily pulling things out of the drain pipe hiding hole he's long since outgrown. Stupid humans, he grumbles, stuffing what looks like a bedroll into a carrying bag. They never think of anything except... Oh, he continues, trailing off when he sees you. What do you want? Are you okay? I'm great, Dees mutters. Just awesome, actually. Yeah, thanks for asking. You watch him pull things from his hideaway and throw them into 2 piles. Screw this colony, he says. I didn't ask to be a part of it. I don't need it. I don't need anyone. I'd be better off living in the woods like an animal. At least that's real. He reaches in far and pulls out a busted-up-looking mechanical device. His old alien communicator he made using gear he stole from Command. Jeez, he laughs. Guess I don't need this anymore. Alright, take me with you. This can only go well. Sorry about the pollen and shimmer. Deeth takes a second to consider this before your meaning sets in. What? Why? He replies, baffled. Come on, Solana. You have a whole life here. A future. You have friends, people who love you. Don't throw it all away just to be with me. I'm not worth it. His face softens. Look, maybe once I'm set up, okay? I'll send you a message, if you really mean it. Deeth finishes packing up the stuff he's going to keep, which barely amounts to a full backpack. He straps it onto his back and nods at you determined. Did I ever tell you my full name? He asks, seemingly randomly. No, you didn't. Deeth smiles a little at that, just with the corners of his mouth, as he huffs a self-deprecating laugh. Yeah, I probably wouldn't have. It sucks, honestly. It's dysthymia. Ooh, doesn't that? What does it mean? Deeth takes a breath and lets it all out, his shoulders slumping. It means being sad. What a joke, right? Who names their kid that? He shakes his head. Aunt Anne always talks about how babies make everyone happy. Was my mom sad before she had me and Tang? Or did having us make her sad? His smile twists. Was it me? Was I the reason? Deeth scuffs his boot in the dirt. Whatever, he mumbles. No one's cared about me, basically ever. Since before I was born. My own mom didn't love me. The, one person you think could. He looks up at the sky and blinks rapidly. Whatever, he repeats. I'm out of here. Thanks for everything, Solana. You're the only good thing about this shithole. I'm gonna miss you. Give him a hug! Good luck! Try not to get eaten by literally anything. You throw your arms around Deeth, who grunts and pats your back awkwardly. He doesn't relax until you finally relent and let him go. You watch him disappear between the fungal trees. Within minutes, he's out of sight. You're getting ready for bed later that day when you receive a colony-wide announcement through your holopalm. It reads as follows. Colony notice. Reminder that there are to be no unauthorized trips outside the walls without prior authorization from Expeditions Command. Anyone caught in violation of this rule will be punished. This includes going for a walk. It is dangerous outside the colony walls and is only to be done by trained and armed personnel. Thank you, Command. How about that? You send Deeth a message. ? Deeth messages you back immediately with just a picture of a knife. You're guessing he didn't get very far. Oh boy. Oh boy, this kid needs therapy. Deeth looks haunted, with dark circles etched deep under his eyes. Why bother, he mutters, pulling his sleeves over his hands fitfully. Why are we... They're just gonna come again. It's pointless. Living is pointless. I am not a qualified therapist, but I seriously recommend seeking one if you get that in the doldrums, which is not the correct word for that, but I don't fucking know, man. Tang looks pissy. Aye, Captain. I'm not pissing her off. You spot Cal heading towards the barns at the far end of the farms. Hey, Solana, he waves. What's going on? Oh, nothing, Cal sighs. Just thinking about, well... He trails off and scuffs his foot in the dirt. I guess it's not like you can get me in trouble now, so... Yeah, I used to have a pet. She was like a little pink caterpillar. I called her Socks. She lived in a trunk up in the storage barn. Nobody knew. He scrubs the back of his arm over his face. But she didn't stay little forever. Eventually, she got big, like real big. And I couldn't figure out what to feed her, so she ran away. Cal sighs and looks wistfully up at the sky. I just hope she's doing okay, wherever she is. It is so hard to pin his accent down. Hey, so I heard you guys have a feast next season? Nomi says, tilting their head to the side. And there's competitions? What kind of competitions? because, like, everyone in the Helio learns how to do soldiery stuff, but other than that, I'm not really good at anything. Well, except for video games. Nomi smiles proudly. Okay, but I'm really good at video games, they say. Oh, and drawing. I guess I put all my skill points into dexterity. Wait, do you get that joke? Do you guys have role-playing games here? Do you think we can have an art contest at your festival? I love them, but I couldn't hold a conversation with them. Rex hasn't gotten used to life on the... Oh, this is the same one as last time. Hugs incoming. Get wrecked. Rex, as the case may be. Rex throws his arms wide. Coach, I'm open! He laughs, catching you as you throw yourself into his arms. He spins you round and growls into your neck, squeezing you tightly. It's a good hug. The kind that makes you instantly just a little more relaxed. I can't believe we finally got someone in the colony who is both alive and just actively friendly and has energy. Like, Nem has energy, is usually friendly, but is currently very depressed after Calm. Cal, very friendly, very low-key. Both great types of people to be around. But when you combine the three into one, it's also a third great type of people to be around. Wow, it's almost like variety is a benefit to the human nature. I don't fucking know. Mars surveys the construction work on the new walls with a critical eye. This is great and all, she says, but did you notice we have, like, a total power vacuum at the top here? Like, who's in charge? The council are just a bunch of scared adults, like everyone else. If the Helio people wanted, they could control this colony. Mars clenches her fist. The colony should be under colony governance, not some outsider. I mean, I can't say I disagree. Okay, well, he's not keeled over yet, so we'll, Let me see. I need to go to the new science lab, Garrison. Geoponics is down the wrong way. I'm assuming the science lab is where Tang is standing. Yes, okay. I assume it's life sciences? I don't know. Tangent stops you on the way to class. Solana, were you heading to life sciences? Good. I could use your help with something, actually. I'm working with Chief Engineer Instance in the biolab. If you give me a hand with it, I'm sure she'll give you credit for the class. Of course I'll help. Honestly, admits Tang, we just need somebody to label Petri dishes and move them from the cooler to different machines. A Hop-Eye could do it. Thanks, Tang. Super, super helpful. Instance is staring unfocused at her hollow eye as she processes the results of the scans. Tang goes and stands beside her, pulling up the scan on her own hollow palm. They confer quietly while you wait. Sounds like they're studying the shimmer, the mysterious illness some colonists get during pollen every year, including your dad. Instance looks up at you as if just noticing your existence. Ah, Solana, she says. We've been studying samples from some of the colonists who get sick during pollen, including your dad. Some of the stuff in his lungs, it's some kind of fungus. We think the shimmer is a form of reproduction, Tang explains. It's like a fungus trying to turn us into more fungus like it. It's really neat, actually. You sound like you like the fungus. I admire the mechanism, Tang corrects you, but we'd be much safer if surveyors just set fire to it all, rather than trying to study it. Who knows what else is out there trying to kill us? You spend the rest of the week helping them study the illness. Mostly this involves following instructions and doing, as Tang loves to repeat, jobs a Hop-Eye could do. Nothing beats hands-on experience, though. This would be easier if we had an actual sample of the fungus, Instance remarks. They're working with some biological samples, a fancy word for snot, but according to them, the fungus is all mixed in with human cells. Instance has to spend a lot of time in vert space trying to disconnect the two in her models. Mention the statues I found. Instance replies. That is interesting. However unlikely it is that an untrained adolescent would simply have stumbled across what we're looking for, it is worth tracing any possible leads on this disease. You could take a look at them in your dad's geoponic lab, she suggests, giving you a dubious look. But you might need to brush up on your biology studies first. Tangent and Chief Engineer Instance have been hard at work in the lab trying to find a cure for the shimmer disease. Oh, you joined them in their research. You're the one who found a sample of the shimmer fungus and analyzed it. You're the one whose father suffers the most from it. You confirmed the shimmer is an airborne fungal disease, and that the thick, choking spores in pollen are the same fungi from the Valley of Vertigo, the ones that colonize the host and turn their bodies into more spore-producing fungus. Finally, you have a long-due breakthrough. Sunlight! You try inoculations, antibiotics, antifungal creams, but what finally works is a high-intensity light treatment, mimicking the full force of the suns during dust, coupled with an injection to increase its potency. Of course, Tang exclaims. The fungus colonizes animal life during pollen, and some succumb to it, but the intense light of dust scourges the fungus from the survivors. It's all part of the natural cycle. The treatment works on samples, now to test it on a subject. This is a terrible idea, so I'm gonna do it because I think it would be funny. Test it on yourself. You open a triple-locked research room and pass through an airlock. You don't have your envirosuit on, but that's the point. You need a strong dose of this fungus in your lungs. The small room is filled with the shimmer fungus. It grows on everything, the floor and walls, and on lumpy shapes that were once some kind of biological matter. Now it's all just fungus, violet and shiny. You breathe deeply, marveling in the feeling of soupy, dangerous air infiltrating your body. Tang watches safely from behind the thick plexiglass. You can't tell if she's jealous or impressed. She probably thinks I'm an idiot. Next, you slide into the light therapy machine to bask in the nice warm light for a while. You even have a nap. Dr. Instance takes your vitals and runs samples of your fluids through various machines. She's excruciatingly thorough, but after a few days, she concludes that the treatment is a success. You still carry a high fungal load, but its effects have been nullified by the light therapy. Remarkable, Instance says, going over your findings. Now that we have a frontline therapy, we can begin treating the population to prevent the fungus from taking hold. Fuck yeah! Wasn't too late, I hope. She looks over at Tang. Solana's discovery will be of great help with our other research. You expect Tangent might be cross that you got the credit, but she nods, looking pleased. You're just thankful that no one was killed. Not your father or anyone else. The colony is safe from the shimmer. Hell yeah! Minimum fucking effort. All I had to do was go outside. Okay, no, I think I did have to go outside consistently to unlock the valley. Go outside a few times, touch some grass, and then inhale some grass. Okay, maybe minimal effort was a bit of an exaggeration. Ooh. Okay, so we put you there, we put you there. We put you there, you there. Good enough. Oh wait, no, if we swap you out, we get... Yeah. Yeah, either way. Who needs to worry about your stress levels when you just stopped your dad from dying? Oh! Ooh! Our biology is actually high enough to get a perk now. I really, really need to level our empathy. I don't know how to do that. Tangent looks up from her hollow palm, blinking as her eyes refocus on the middle distance, and then on you. Her previously long hair is gone, buzzed close to her scalp. You almost didn't recognize her when you first saw her. She's had the buzz cut for years. You wonder if it was caused by a lab accident or something. Hello, Solana, she says, already cagey. Did you need something? No, I just came by to say hello. The faintest hint of relief passes across Tang's face. You get the impression that not pressing her on her personal appearance was a wise choice. Oh, well, hello then, Tang replies. She raises her hand as if to push her hair out of her face, but stops when she realizes what she's doing. I'm rather busy at the moment, actually, so if you don't mind, you can take a hint. Wait, can we gift her yet? No, nobody's giftable yet. Hey. Did we... Nomi? Nope. They are... Ooh, if I had creativity... Well, I don't, so we're screwed on that one. Is anybody giftable? We did them at... What? Unless you're here because you've realized Rex is a shit-for-brains coward who'd rather dick around than defend his own home, get out of my sight, Vase growls. I don't have time for weak-willed deadweights like him, and right now that includes you. I'm going to kick the shit out of you, buddy. Stress, or hell. Vase suggests a classic Helio test of grit, punching each other in the stomach until one of you gives up or passes out. It builds character, he says, taping up his knuckles. His bicep glistens menacingly. Did any of Helio ever think of putting a piece of metal under their shirt, though? Clang! Vase's punch reverberates through the courtyard, and he yowls and cradles his fist. He's surprised at first, and angry at his pain, but when you pull the sheet of metal from your shirt, he bursts out laughing. I win by default, he snickers. Don't be such a coward, Solana. Take it like a soldier. Still, you didn't get punched in the stomach, so that's a win in your book. Yeah, that's a win in my book every day. Hi from Ireland. Hi, Jonathan. Welcome on in. It's fucking bullying Rex with the hugs. Dang it. Can't milk it for friendship points. What do you think about the new kids? Mars asks. Most of them are very, soldiery, and I suppose that's okay. If you like that sort of thing. Rex is a total hottie, though, and from what I hear, she makes a significant expression with her eyebrows, conveying something. Well, she continues. I just think I have a chance with him. That was very illuminating, Mars. Thank you. I'm so confused. No, we need to de-stress for a month. Okay, he is still clinically depressed. And nobody is doing anything to help him. Can I still relax here? Yes, perfect. You use the uninterrupted time up on the walls to catch up on some schoolwork. Attending class isn't mandatory after a certain age, but if you want to be able to get into one of the more specialized career paths, you're expected to at least do some independent study, even if you're not attending class. Yes, I want to forget the concept of discovery, apparently. Okay. Oh, Cal's disappeared. This does not fill me with confidence. Concern, mostly. Oh, these are the living quarters. Oh, we can re-present people. Okay, what have we given her last time? Shoot, I don't remember. Probably a flower, so here, have a stick. She doesn't hate it. I'll take what I can get. Okay, so that means we have to do the... There we go. So she likes... Does she like the flowers? I have already forgotten. Probably. Yes. I hope you find it useful. Nem... Did you ever... She doesn't like crystals. That's as good as I can get. Here, have an egg. Oh, it's her birthday. And she likes them, even better. Nem gives you a little smile as she accepts the egg. Thank you for remembering my birthday, Solana. It's hard without Calm here. I don't expect you to know this, but I'm kind of a big deal, Vase says. Sure, this is my first time planetside, but among the other recruits,
Everyone listens to me. So, if you want to make a good impression on the others, you should try to impress me first. He looks you up and down, the operative word being try. You sure you don't like sticks to the face? I hate this guy. I'm still going to ply him with rocks because he might be useful, which is probably not the most polite way of doing this, but I don't super care. Fuck him. If he's going to be rude straight back. Don't ever do that to your boss. Oh, we'll just give him another log. We know he likes those. Wow. Rex shoots you a shy smile. Nothing a dog likes more than a stick, right? I don't even know what voice to do for this cat child. Oh, Mars is here. Okay. She's still mad about that. Still like the flowers. Do we know what you like? I assume it's... Okay, he likes food. Good enough. Oh, another egg. That's convenient. Deese is missing. Oh dear. You overhear your dad talking to one of the other cultivators. He seems to be upset about something to do with the new governor and people from the Heliopause. When the other woman leaves, you have a chance to ask some of the burning questions you've had. Who are those new people? Your dad looks startled and tries to muster a friendly smile. You overheard us, eh, kiddo? Listen, Solana. He hesitates and looks around nervously, as if you're afraid you're being watched. You're just gonna have to trust us adults on this one. There are things you're still too young to understand. Fuck off. No, I'm not. I thought the same about myself once, your dad says gravely. I was wrong. The Helios came here just like us, looking for a better life, he tells you. Some of them had other reasons too, but now that they're here, we have to learn how to work together. When your mother and I were young, on Earth, we learned a hard lesson. He gives a grim smile. We learned a lot of hard lessons. One was that it is safer to be led by one dangerous person than be attacked by an army of them. He lets that sink in. Another was that sometimes, when adults tell you not to worry, you should listen to them. Go on, enjoy your youth. He gestures towards the Heliopause. Go get to know some of those new kids. I'm sure you'll find they're a lot like you. Before you can say another word, your dad is called back to work. There's still so much to be done to rebuild the farms and geoponic greenhouses, and you can see people from the Helio helping him. Maybe they aren't all that bad. Okay, well, it's time we got back to going outside. Oh, there he is. It takes a long time to find East today. When you do, he's hiding in the bed of one of the transports used by expeditions. Don't make me go home, he says, pulling the dust tarp down over himself. It's so crowded, I can't hear myself think. Do we know what he likes? Roots and doesn't like cake. Here, have an egg. It's still weird to me he doesn't like those. He loves the alien shit, but he doesn't like the eggs. We need to bump our bravery so that we can get the next event with him. How is surveying the ridge not a bravery event? But I do want to go survey the ridge, because that sounds cool. I'm doing a terrible job of balancing this, and I couldn't give a hoot. The only way to the resting ridges is by glider, part vehicle, part kite, and all adrenaline. You land on the rocky, broken-up spine of the nearest ridge, and nearly fall over when you look down at the plummeting slope into the basin below. You are a long way up. Deese and Utopia glide in beside you. Whew! Utopia exclaims. You handled that glider like a champ, Deese. You too, Solana. She peers down over the slope of the ridge. A lot more exciting than the swamps, right? I want you two to stick together out here. It's dangerous in those ancient Convergent Domain ruins. Convergent Domain? Ruins? You look around. The landscape is like nothing you've ever seen before. Dry, cracked soil gives way to steep cliffs, and what little vegetation here is brittle and sharp. You can feel the dry air wick away the moisture in your lips. Wait, what the heck is that? I'm sorry? Who am I flirting with on this one? Oh, Utopia. I should not flirt with my boss. What's the glowy thing on the ground? You point it out. Utopia gives it a nudge with her foot. Beats me, she says. You unearth the object. It's pulsing with light and warm to the touch. Hold up, Utopia says. Don't just go picking things up, Selena. Could be radioactive, you know. Utopia waves her hollow palm crystal over it, then checks her interface. Only a little, she concludes. Whatever it is, it looks old. Like thousands of years old. We've been digging up glowing gadgets all over this region, but got no clue what they're for. You hang on to that one. Maybe you'll figure it out. Oh, okay. Cool. Thanks. And what is the stone structures in the distance? Well, they're all buildings here, Utopia says. Traces of them anyway. Maybe 10, 20,000 years old. We sure didn't put them there. Deese lights up at the prospect of doing alien archaeology. We've checked them out, but not thoroughly. Mostly just trying to get a feel for who lived there and why they ain't here no more. Based on some glyphs, we've started calling them the Convergent Domain. Whoever they were, they built things to last, Utopia admires. It ain't just arrowheads and cave paintings. There's real architecture. Machines even. Wait, what? Tell me more. I wish I had more to tell you, Utopia says. Most everything we found just poses new questions. Structures read more organic than anything, so does that mean their gene tech was super advanced? As for this place, we think it was some kind of solar network for them, she says, squinting up into the two suns. Looking at it from above, you can see these big vines traveling up and down the ridges like power lines, and there's hardly any plant life elsewise, like they soaked up all the energy and made it a desert. But what did they use that energy for, she says. And if there was a civilization so big and so advanced on Vertumna, why can't we find more traces of it? Where are the cities? What were them thumpers for? And what happened to them all? She's right. That's a lot of questions. Maybe you can help find some answers. Okay. And that crystal stuff way down below? Oh, those? Utopia says, pointing to a crystal formation so densely packed into the ravine that it looks like a sparkling river. More outcroppings of crystal decorate the slopes. They're all over the place. Be careful with them. Not sure if they're animal, vegetable, or mineral. She points off into the distance. There's a big island of them over there, like a glacier. Covers the whole damn place. Might be related to the conversion domain, but we ain't sure yet. Okay. So, anyway, those rooms are the main thing we need you to survey while you're out here, Utopia says. But keep an eye out for anything else weird. Utopia claps the dust off her hands. Well, my job here is done. You're all set, kid. Try not to fall off a cliff. Deese jumps back on his glider too. As usual, he's going to scout on ahead and catch up with you later. I feel like we've definitely missed a couple of events back in the earlier area, and by feel like, I mean no. Every so often you see absolutely massive creatures here, like giant snake dragons with thousands of legs and shimmering scales. They're so large that if one crosses your path, you're in for a wait. Which is exactly what you're doing. The gargantuan dragon has been slowly lumbering over this ridge for at least half an hour, its body disappearing into the heat haze of the chasms on both sides. Its feet slowly undulate across the cracked soil, making shushing noises and scattering boulders in its wake. Yeah, fuck it, climb on its back. This can only go well. The creature is moving more than slowly enough for you to climb up, using its large, soft spikes as handholds. It's going to take hours to get anywhere interesting, but from up on its back you can see further. Also, there are other creatures up here. You've climbed up right next to a cluster of dwarves moths, heads tucked under their wings like they're sleeping. And in the other direction, there's even a bush bub. Or rather, it looks like a pile of rocks and some twigs. Wait and see where it's going. I am curious to see where this is going. Centimeter by centimeter, the Goliath makes its way into the chasm. You feel the air grow thicker and less hospitable, until the sheer density of the heat and the drought make you genuinely concerned for your safety. You climb up the creature's back, segment by segment, until you're back on top of the ridge, then drop down on the other side. Ooh, scary. Ooh, another crystal. Dump that on somebody. I mean, gift to somebody. Let's see if we can't see what we can see. Oh, another crystal. I don't think the events reset until the new year, not the new season, so we should be fine. The sun goes behind a cloud, and you feel a light splattering of rain. It sizzles into the dry, hot ground around you, providing a little relief from the heat of the day. Then you realize you don't see a single cloud in the sky ahead of you, and it almost never rains in the western resting ridges. The plants here rely on nighttime dew for moisture. Just run. You bolt for cover with your hands thrown over your head. You don't even care what's up there. You just know that was no rain. Gross. Thanks. Xenopiss. Take that one personally. You investigate a weird squeaking noise, eventually following it to its source. An undulating swarm of sleek creatures are gathered on the cliff above you. You watch as they throw their tiny bodies off of the edge, plummeting past you and out of sight. They scream and screech in excitement. Okay. Weird. Get closer to investigate. You pick your way down the slope, finding a second herd of miraculously unharmed weasels at the bottom. As you watch them, one lands on your head and, squeaking indignantly, goes to join the rest of its kin. Ouch. Okay, those are adorable, and Bounce Weasel is, like, my new favorite, like, concept. You hear the flapping of wings and look up. A whole colony of pink and orange dorbs moth cling to the rock overhead, nearly camouflaged. As the squealing of the weasels above reaches a fever pitch, the dorbs moth restlessly take off from the cliff and flutter around. You watch as one of the little creatures pitches off the edge of the cliff and lands square on the dorbs moth back, sending them both plummeting to the bottom. As the large moth crashes fatally into the ground, the weasel curls its body and bounces harmlessly away, then scurries back to feed on its prey. Oh! Bounce weasels! You record the screeching on your holopalm. What a noise! Okay, that feels like it's going to come up later. Oh, another weird capsule. You're getting thirsty. You feel for your backup canteen, but it's missing. Somehow you lost it since you left this morning, and you're all out of drinking water. The suns are high and hot in the sky, making the ground waver with heat haze mirages. Your mouth feels dry, so dry, and your head is starting to ache. You're pretty far from the outpost. You could make it back, but that'd be it for this expedition. You'd have to go home. Search for water. I'm sure there's definitely water in this desert canyon. Oh yeah, that's a goal of 70. What happens if you do these? Something. Let me see. Yeah, push through, we'll be fine. We're so not gonna be fine. The thirst message is certainly something to hear when checking chat talking about Yuna and her husbandos. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. There's no natural water around, but in your search, you turn up your lost canteen. Wow, that was lucky. This place is fucking massive. Holy shit. I don't think we're going to do the boss event, because I think we're going to need better stress management before we do the boss event. It should still be there next time, so we should be fine. Oh, one of these funky little dudes. Oh, this place is absolutely massive. I'm just running around looking for the collectibles at the minute. So that we can dump them on our friends. I mean, give them as gifts. I need some better cards. Those are oof. This is what I've got! I think part of the problem is I've got a lot of the crappy ones left, so I need to get rid of some of them. Now, where did we find that machine? But yeah, we are pushing through a lot of our challenges lately. You find your way blocked by a massive wall. No, a hollow pillar, knocked over and lying on its side in the sand. It's absolutely massive. It stretches to your left and right, at least 1 kilometer in each direction, though at some points it's crumbled enough that you could likely scale over it. Yeah, fucking check it. You got an absolutely OP card for soloing the beast that wrecks the colony. Nice. Sure. Let me see. 6, 5. No, we want one more. Remove that. Oh, shit. Well, it'll have to do. 5, 10, 15. Iron stomach. Shit, of course, we've got this garbage one. Card becomes 3. Eat me. Seriously. Hold on. We can, +2 to a card. What? Are these going down? Oh, no, it's because, okay. Okay. It's still 3. Rip me. Well, you can't blame me for trying. Dees looks giddy as you follow the pillar to its base, a large pyramid almost entirely lost under the sand. You brush away some of the sand and find that the pyramid is inscribed on all sides with pictures of, well, wormholes, you think. This pillar must have once stretched up into the sky. Maybe it was some kind of observatory or sacred building, or just a monument to the wormhole. Mysterious. And now we pack off home because I'm stressed to fuck. The Vertumnalia Festival is a welcome day of normalcy in an otherwise chaotic year. Despite some lingering rivalry between the two factions, Vertumnalia is a chance for the Helios and the Stratos to come together and appreciate the bounty of the planet. At least, that's what the adults say. As Governor Lum takes the stage to address the colony, you can't help but notice the crowd has segregated itself according to their ship of origin. Rex shoots you away from over on the Strato side, and Nomi makes a silly face. Vase is surrounded by other young soldiers, all looking sharp in their Heliopause uniforms. With Dees standing beside you, you wonder if the two ships will ever feel like one colony. A fanfare plays over the square's announcement system. Lum's honor guard do a complex drill with their drone rifles. "Greetings, people of Vertumna," Lum says, his voice ringing out over the square. "We may be far from our beautiful Earth, but we can still celebrate and be thankful for what we have here. We've worked hard to save this beleaguered little colony from the brink of destruction and should be proud of our work." The Helios cheer. Your side of the square is more quiet. "I know some of you have been asking, Lum, how are you going to do it all by yourself? How are you going to run the colony, solve everyone's problems, turn this planet into a paradise, and look this good?" Lum strikes a pose to a smattering of polite applause. "Well, I have an answer for you," he continues. "The old council made a lot of bad choices, like illegally leaving Earth, but I believe in second chances, so I've appointed the original department heads to my own council, Lum's Council 2.0. Better not disappoint me. He laughs and makes finger guns at the department heads at the bottom of his podium. Stay on your toes, Stratos. I want this man dead. I also want to promise everyone here today that we're going to make Vertumnus safe for humans, Lum says. The next time those bastard Xenos attack, we're going to blow them to so many little pieces there won't be enough left to wipe off our boots. We've already got the defenses, he says, gesturing broadly to the new, taller, thicker walls. And we're building homes for everyone. Homes where people can raise children again, knowing that our military men and women are keeping us safe. Big cheers from both sides this time. Some of the colonists around you even have tears in their eyes, especially those who lost family in the last attack. Lum goes on for a while, lionizing the Heliopause's military strength and casting subtle digs at your failed colony experiment. Finally, the crowd disperses to set up the square for the afternoon festivities, some traditional and some new. At the tables, Aunt Anne and the kids are setting out the spread for dinner. There's an unimaginable amount of food thanks to the Heliopause's huge ration surplus, and the piles upon piles of xenomeat from the hunting parties for those who can stomach it. Anne is all smiles, clearly making an effort to move on, as Lum mandated, despite still mourning her lost son Com. But not even the festive atmosphere can force a smile on Nem's face. Who do those Helio jerks think they are? Right? Mars exclaims. This Lum guy is a tool. Did you hear what he said about us? How crass. Like, have some respect. Dees arrives, carrying a big tureen of stew. And now they're just taking over, and everybody is okay with this? The adults are bigger cowards than I thought. Mars looks at Dees in shock that they agree on something for once. The chime sounds to announce that the square is setting up for annual competitions. What do you choose this year? Why is... You know what? I'm doing the Xeno wrangling because I'm so fucking curious. I should ditch, but I need a break. Well, Solana needs a break anyway. Whee! Without Com to run the obstacle course, the physical competition has been replaced with a float cow rodeo. The bulls have had their air bladders emptied and weights attached to their grasshopper legs, keeping them low enough to wrangle. Nem joins the rodeo along with Vase. She fiercely dedicates her participation to Com's memory. This is cruel, Cal shouts from the sidelines. Flow cows are friends, not foes. He throws a ripe potato at the participants. It lands at your feet, but all three of you are splattered with juice. Vase takes a few steps forwards towards Cal with his fist raised, but Cal disappears into the crowd. I mean, I wasn't sure entirely what wrangling meant. Cal may have a point, but I'm here now. Fucking hell. Wait a take a talking second. Can I? Does that? Ooh. It's very attractive of them. Yeah. Nice. Shouldn't have done that, but there we go. Oh, for fuck's sake. An enemy fights hard, but you're the champ. You get a lasso around the ornery bull's neck, then haul yourself up onto its woolly back. Its powerful grasshopper legs bounce you around the ring, but you manage to hold on and wrestle it into the dirt. The crowd cheers so loud, you can barely hear the float cow bleating in discomfort. Yeehaw! Chief Surveyor Utopia cheers from the stands. Nem looks disappointed. Vase looks angry. Your performance has definitely put you on his radar as a competition. After the festivities, the mood in the colony is a lot lighter. You see people smiling easier and often see mixed groups of Helios and Stratos socializing together. It feels like the first time people have actually let themselves relax. I'm gonna need to buff combat so that I can actually beat his ass, aren't I? Okay, well, we need to do something about... What was it I wanted to do? Bravery. But I also want to get back out there and do some investigating. Let's see. No new speech bubbles. That's convenient, at least. Oh, wait. No, I wanted to do... Bump. Let me see. Engineering... Would I want engineering or... Yeah, sure, why not? You hear a scuttling of metallic legs. What the heck? And a strange knee-high robot bursts into your engineering lab, going full tilt on its 6 spidery legs. It slams into a wall hard enough to knock itself down. It seems to be having trouble getting back up again, and is flailing its metal legs around dangerously. Well, we're not going to smash it. It's probably somebody's. Put it back out in the hole. Ouch! It accidentally slashes you with a leg while scrambling to find purchase. Stupid robot. Congruence's TV thingy wheels in squeakily as the robot runs off down the hole. Sorry about that, she chirps. I'm so close to getting its new movement algorithm online. I'll have the Robovax corner it, and we can try again. Working with robots is just so hard with no hands, she continues, wheeling back and forth in a display of frustration. This was much easier when Hal was here. I miss him. Congruence doesn't need to clear her throat, but you get the distinct impression she's simulating it anyway. Ahem. Well, if you know anyone who loves to tinker with bots, let them know I need a helper. Oh, for the love of... God damn it, Dees. Of course you would do this to me. How dare you? Oh. Okay, 6... Wait. We can fix this. We can't fix this. It's fine. Put you there. Give us the red bonus I think we need, and then just W in there. We're gonna need so many logs. Oh, shit, wait. Is it gifting season again? Am I behind? Oh. Not on time. We'll have to run through everybody again because I don't know if I'm behind. Well, Vase could fuck himself, but other than that, we'll run through everybody. Rex is getting hugged whether he likes it or not. Oh. That unlocks something. You find Rex playing cards by himself in the lounge with an actual physical deck of cards. He looks up as you approach and visibly brightens when he sees you, sitting up straight with his dog-like ears on alert. Well, hey, Solana! He exclaims. How's it hanging? Do you want to play a game with me? Sure. What kind of game? It's called Bottoms Up, Rex explains. We both play a card from our hand we think is lower than the one the other person is playing, and the person with the lowest card wins. If you win, you get the number of points that are on your card, plus you get to take the loser's card and add it to your hand. So, you want to play a low card to win, but if you play your high cards at the right time, you get a lot of points. It's a game of compromise. I used to play it all the time back on the Helio, but now everyone's here and, realizing their big dreams of being heroes and saving humanity, Rex says, rolling his eyes with a good-natured grin. Soldiers love to gamble, Rex says. You know that thing you use here, kudos? We can bet some kudos on it, or maybe we can bet something more interesting? You mean more interesting? Well, Rex says, his smile turning a little wolfish, have you ever kissed anyone before? Have I? I don't think we have we? So I'm gonna say no, not yet. Really? Rex asks. Wow, but you're so pretty and cool. He puts his hand on yours and leans in, looking at you with a sincere expression. I'd love to be your first kiss, Solana. Listen, I had to do this whole teenage shtick once. I can't believe I volunteered to do it a second time. Publicly. Sure. Rex puts out his hand to shake to shake on it. Deal, he laughs. The anticipation is the best part. That escalated quickly. Listen, they're 15. They're teenagers. They're just gonna do what they're gonna... Am I 15? God, I hope we're at least... Yeah, we're 15. That's fine. They're teenagers. They're gonna do what they're gonna do. Could be a lot worse. I remember what we were getting up to at 15. Woo! Oh, boy, is it a good thing none of them ever got pregnant at that age. Until they're throwing up outside of a boxing club because they chugged rum at 15, they'll be fine. Rex shuffles the cards and deals half the deck to each of you, and you begin to play the game. Wait, on that note, don't chug rum. Bad idea. Very unpleasant. And the boxing club isn't usually too happy about it either. The best thing about this game is that it's not very hard to play, Rex says, scooping up his winning cards. It's all about how well you know the other person. And, well, we don't know each other very well yet. So, what do you want to know about me? What do you like to do for fun? Talk to people mostly, Rex says, and puts down a low card to win the hand. I like to see what everyone's doing and help them with stuff if I can. I just really like being around other people. I like doing whatever they're doing. Oh, and cuddling, of course. I love cuddling. And running and chasing stuff. He rubs the soft inner part of his ear and smiles sheepishly. Rum straight up bad. Rum is part of a drink good. I mean, there was lemonade in it. Well, there was Sprite in it. But if you chug, like... There was about a half bottle left of it. It was a 2-liter bottle. There was about half of that left when I finished. So if you chug about 500 milliliters of rum and lemonade in the space of like 15 to 20 seconds, it's not good. Doesn't matter what you mix it with. It's not good. But you do learn a very valuable lesson. To not do that. Have you made any friends here, Rex? Oh yeah, of course, Rex says. He looks happy. All the adults are so much nicer than the ones I grew up with. Like, they care so much about how and why they do stuff. I love being around them. And the other teens, like, whoa, you guys are all so cool. Anemone and Tang are so passionate. Cal's a solid sweetheart. And Mars is, like, a galactic level hottie. Wow. He trails off, lost in thought. Oh, and that Deese guy seems interesting too. What are your plans for the future? Rex blinks at you. Oh, wow. Big question. I don't know. I think if I stayed on the Heliopause, I probably would have ended up becoming a soldier like everyone else, but planet side? Rex smiles to himself as he puts down a high card. I could do anything. I've always liked making things with my hands, and I like to make other people happy. Maybe I can do something with that. Enough talking, let's just play the game. Oh, for sure, that sounds like an instant trip to Night Over. It was 2 p.m. It was just St. Patrick's Day. Like, honestly, it was just like, clear the decks and just keep going. It's Patty's Day, we're just gonna keep going, it's fine. The fun part is, it wasn't my rum. You play out the rest of the cards, staying fairly even in points until Rex is left with only 1 card, and you have 2. You're trailing, but not by much. If you play your low card for an easy win, you'll gain enough points to make it a draw. If you gamble on the slightly higher card in your hand, you might lose entirely, but you could win. What do you do? If it's not your rum, that's a win. True. Could have been worse. At least it wasn't vodka. Play a high card for a chance to win. You put down the higher of your 2 cards, and Rex shouts, "Are you for real?" He laughs. "That was a really risky play. You're lucky I only had 1 high card left." He turns over his card. It's even higher than yours. You win the game by a comfortable margin. Rex tidies up the cards, biting his lip with one little fang as he darts you a coy look. So, Want to cash in that bet, winner? Or tequila? I've never tried tequila. I hope I never do. Yes, we're cashing in the bet, Rex. Rex giggles and leans in, cupping your cheek and placing a soft, thoughtful kiss on your lips. It doesn't last long, but you can tell he's a great kisser. He smiles warmly as he pulls away. Thanks for playing with me, Solana, he murmurs. Maybe we could do it again sometime? Don't try tequila? Okay. Don't worry, I wasn't planning on it. Like, these days, I drink gin out of a can, pre-mixed, or a bottle of Wicked. I'm definitely not adventurous. Oh, Cal's probably mad at me. Hey, Cal's not mad at me. Here, have some food. Make you even less mad at me. Oh, and it's his birthday. We still don't know what his augment is or what he dislikes, but wait, is he 17? Oh, I forgot they're not all the same age. Does this change the... I don't think so. Oh, I forgot Nem had the tiny sibling. You were made to have a shot of tequila once at a wedding. Night ended right there. Crikey, how bad is tequila? You know what? I don't want to find out. I like that attempting to shovel dirt for a season just makes you utterly miserable. Explore the xenobotany lab for the season. Hey, kiddo, your dad says, looking up from his work desk, where he's dissecting a huge bell-shaped flower. Can you hand me that separator? I've really got my hands in things here. You handed the tool, which he uses to wedge open some sort of weird stoma-like opening inside the bell. Gooey purple nectar oozes out and pools on the desk. Whoa, he exclaims. I thought I drained this little beauty. Can you get a towel, I guess? You help him mop up the flower juice. Ugh. It's sticky and smells like rotting vegetables. When you're done, he looks at you with pride. You know, I've been thinking about getting one of you kids to come help me out with researching the native plants. You think you might be able to break off some time to help your old man in the lab? I know you've been studying biology, he adds. It's not as glamorous as gene tech research with instants, but it is important. I've set up this lab for native plants, he says. Come by if you're looking for something to do. And if you find any cool plants while you're out exploring, bring them here and we'll take a look. Your dad looks around at his lab and laughs, then sighs. It's funny. Your mother would not have approved of this. She hated the idea of cultivating native plants, even though... He looks down at his hands. Well, I'm sure we'll be able to learn a lot of useful stuff. Why the fuck did she... Why was she in charge of food if she didn't want to cultivate native plants? I have questions about that. That's a stream idea? Yuna tries tequila? No, Yuna does not try tequila. Yuna likes being able to walk and having any lingering remnant of my dignity. Some come with a dead animal inside. Oh yeah, those... What are those, pitcher plants? Oh, do you mean tequila or plants? Looks like it's an equal odds you meant either one of them, to be honest, because I think they both do. Tequila, yeah, don't they put, what is it, worms in tequila or something? Let me see, we need to... I think it's a maggot or something. I've definitely heard of them putting worms in before. Never maggots. And frankly, may I never hear of that again. Parton has a moth. Who the fuck? A moth? Seriously? Those things fall apart if you look at them sideways. Like, at least a worm, you could convince yourself it's gonna stay intact. Oh, this guy's still being a little bitch. Horrifying. Alright, we're gonna play sports ball because we need the bravery points.
You're not sure what to expect when you finally muster the courage to go back to the sports ball pitch after the big attack. Just passing by it reminds you of losing calm. It all feels so senseless and uncaring. Security Chief Rhett is here to address you all before you get back to practice. You sit on the bleachers next to Nem to hear what he has to say.
No one feels the loss of kombucha more than everyone on this sports ball pitch right now, Rhett says solemnly. You're all the ones who knew him best, and the ones he loved the most.
You hear Nem taking a shaking breath beside you.
Comfort her, I'm not a dick. Even if she's probably gonna not like it. Oh, never mind.
You wrap your arm around Nem's shoulders and she leans against you. She's trembling.
Rhett clears his throat. Kombucha gave his life in the hope that the people of this colony could one day live in peace. You honor his memory by being here today to continue to play the game he loved. From now on, I'll coach sports ball in his place. I'm glad Rhett didn't turn out to be an asshole. Can't wait to watch him get murdered. Oh boy. Nem shoots to her feet. You're not calm, she yells. You'll never be as good as him. He's dead because of you. The rest of the kids mutter, some in agreement and others amazed at Nem's audacity. Rhett only looks sad, holding his hands out for silence. Calm's death affects us all, he says. I feel your pain, because it's mine as well. Let's turn that energy to the field, okay? He wouldn't want us to stop playing sports ball because of him. Ugh, that's gonna fire up Nem, isn't it?
No one feels up to forming teams and playing against each other, so you just work on skills today. Your heart's not in it, and neither is Nem's. During water break, she sits by herself and doesn't want to talk to anyone.
Fuck it. Solved that problem real quick, didn't it? I love these. We need so many more of these logs. They're carrying this right now, which is a problem.
Alright, we need bravery up to 80. Ooh, boy, that's gonna be a while.
Oh, I thought it was gonna be the glow. Whoops.
Nem looks around at all the new soldiers that arrived on the heliosphere.
They look so cool. Wait, no, hold on.
They look so cool, she mutters.
Why didn't we act more like these guys in the first place?
I think we've done this one, but...
What is it she even likes? Nem? Hen? Eggs. I haven't got any. Here, have some food. Yeah. I gotta start tracking what I'm giving people. Vase, stop trying to... I can't finish that. Hates flowers. Vase cups the exotic flower in his hand and slowly closes his fist, crushing it to a pulp. He then wipes on his pants. You might have thought that was pretty, Solana, but everything on this planet is potentially a deadly trap. Don't let your guard down. You're like, how old are you? How old are you? 18? Seriously? You are way too young to be that paranoid about a flower. Unless that's how you lost your arm, in which case, fair enough, I'll grant you that one. But I don't think it is, because you were in some space. Tang is still talking about events that took place several years ago, like they're due. Good luck with the new flower. Have fun. Strange lady.
Rex takes a deep lungful of air, followed by a bunch of shorter sniffs. It smells so good here, he says. Well, okay, not good, but it's sure interesting for someone with a good sense of smell like me. Rex laughs and scratches behind his soft ears.
Alright, get you a present. You love sticks. You're getting a flower, however. Oh.
No. Rex shakes his head with a smile and gently puts the gift back in your hands. I have everything I need, for real. This place is great. 3 squares and all the hugs I could ever need. But I'll tell you what, he says, leaning in. My birthday is in the first month of pollen, and I'd love a cake if you know how to make one.
Does he only accept gifts on his birthday? Fine, you're getting hugged then. Okay. So the hugs are his gifts, I'm guessing. You approach You approach Mars, who's deep in negotiations of some kind with Tangent. When Tang sees you over Mars's shoulder, she points and says your name. Thank you, forces of chance and chaos, Tang mutters, slipping away as Mars's attention turns to you. She's your problem now, Solana. Mars pretends not to hear her. Solana, she exclaims, you look hideous today, darling. Luckily, I'm doing makeovers and fashion advice, free of charge. Alright, that's the thing we're doing now. Come with me, Mars says, directing you to her room. I've been working on these designs for weeks. They're fresh off the printer, and I'm dying to see how they look on a regular person, like yourself. Mars's room is a riot of sparkling fabric. My first fashion line is all about dressing for the seasons of Vertemna, Mars says as she ushers you inside. Yellow and angular for dust, airy and pink for pollen, stuff like that. If we ever make it back to Earth, I want to be known as the visionary who brought Vertemna home. Great idea! Mars shrugs. I know. Mars indicates the pile of outfits on her bed. Well, what are you waiting for? Chop chop! You try on outfit after outfit, letting Mars scrutinize your silhouette and bearing. She seems genuinely focused on how the clothing performs. Finally, you finish trying on all the outfits. I think the glow jumpsuit is the winner. Go ahead and put it back on, Mars instructs. Then we'll do your hair and makeup. You sit on her bed as Mars pulls out her cosmetics. A day look, she asks, or something more bold for nighttime? Let's go with flashy. Mars smiles at you with all of her perfect teeth. A woman after my own heart. Mars does your makeup efficiently and then pulls out a bottle of bright blue nail polish. One more thing and the look is complete. Mars paints your nails, humming tunelessly while she works. And voila, she says when she's done. This was fun. Mars smiles and caps the bottle of nail polish. And informative, I hope. Blue is definitely your color. It's going to take me hours to get that off my face. Oh, hey! There's still a big crack in the wall in our quarters, and it leaks really bad, Dee says, standing under some cover afforded by the scaffolding. It wasn't a big deal in dust, but now it rains all the time, and he sighs, and no one really cares enough to fix it, I guess. It's fine. Everyone's doing more important things. Here, have some roots. Actually, have this strange device. I think you'd like it. Yeah. Dee's eyes light up when he sees your gift. Whoa, he says, taking them with uncharacteristic delight. Is this... Where did you find this? This looks like some kind of alien artifact. It's gotta be. Perfect. New things to dump on his lap. Nomi is still expressing the gender cools. Do we have anything you... here, have a rock. Nomi makes a sound of appreciation and holds the crystal up to the light. Wow! It makes rainbows? It's perfect! Thank you so much! That one might have killed me trying to go that high. Still. And we have Cal, and we can't give him anything, so Cal, good luck. Congratulations. Have dinner. How are you always hungry? Like, I know you're 15, 16, so, no, 17 I think he is. Like, that, but still, always hungry. Cal waves at you as you enter the garden, leaning on his shovel. Hey, Solana, he calls, but his eyes look past you, down the path to where an enemy is beating the absolute tar out of a training dummy. Her fierce battle cries echo across the colony, making Cal wince. She's been going totally hard lately, huh? He says. He scratches his face, smearing dirt across his cheek. She asked me yesterday if I wanted to spar with her. She said it'd be good for self-defense. Cal smiles sadly at the memory. I told her I don't want to fight. Not her, not a training dummy, and not anything on this planet. For real. I've never seen her get so mad at me. She called me a baby and told me I'm just going to end up forcing everyone to protect me because I'm weak or helpless or whatever.
He seems upset and stabs the ground a few times with his shovel. I just don't think it's right to fight anyone, even especially the Xenos. They were here first, he says. What do you think, Solana? Sometimes you don't have a choice, like when Uncle Tobin is getting mauled by a manticore. Jeez, you sound like an adult, Cal grumps. They always tried to tell us to see both sides of an argument, but I tried, and He shrugs. I just think if you have to hurt someone to get what you need, you don't deserve to have it. What if they attack you first? What if your life depends on it? How is that fair? Their life depends on it too. You can't just decide that you get to live and they don't. What if they attack you first then? Okay, sweetie, sweetie. Cal throws his arms up in disgust. If something attacks you first, you probably did something wrong. Cal did not go to the same schools I went to. Maybe you shouldn't keep going places where things want to attack you. He's always hungry because Tammy isn't here to feed him. Listen, just because you lucked into it. Coming at me with that attitude. What if your loved ones are in danger? I mean, that's totally scary, but you kind of shouldn't be putting your loved ones in situations where they could be in danger in the first place. Cal, that is the dumbest fucking sentence anyone has ever said to me. Do you have any idea what kind of chaos machine a toddler is? Or a 60-year-old, honestly. They're almost as bad. I can not see his point. He is incredibly naive, but I think if I say that, he's just going to... Cal needs to experience bullying. With love, I feel like he would benefit from either experiencing or witnessing bullying a little bit. This is actively dangerous to his health, his own worldview. Anyway. Yeah, I'm just gonna tell him he's being naive. Sorry, bud. You tell him sometimes you just have to fight. No, Cal says. No. Nobody's life is worth more than anybody else's life. It doesn't matter if they're human, Xeno, or anything else out there. We all need to live in peace. Yes, Cal, sweetie, we could do with living in peace. But if I'm walking around minding my own business and something tries to turn me into dinner, I'm not going down because they're hungry. His eyes go back to Anemone. She stopped sparring with the training dummy and is looking up at the gardens as she has a drink. Neither she nor Cal wave at the other. Cal has such strong convictions. It's one of the things you like best about him, even if you don't always agree with them. You spend the next few hours following Cal through the garden. The adults have given him a portion of land to plan out for the next planting season. It's a big responsibility, but instead of feeling proud, you can tell Cal is a little distracted by your conversation. He keeps looking over in Anemone's direction, but she seems determined to ignore him. When you finally head out, you're just as dirty as he is. The dirt sticks under your nails, no matter how many times you wash your hands. This guy hasn't heard of Hitler? I mean, I don't think anybody here... Yeah, this is born in space. Raised on a new planet. I don't think any of them know anything about Earth history. And you don't even need to go like the nuclear option of Hitler to explain that like maybe sometimes you need to throw a punch in your life. Shit, wait, we need to take a break, I think, for this season. Yeah, we're at 80 stress. Not gonna be worth it otherwise. Relax in the lounge. The old lounge is toast. What was left over from the attack last glow was destroyed in the crash. The new lounge just isn't the same. You miss the beanbags and the walls covered with art you scrawled as kids. Someday, this place will feel like the heart of the colony again. But right now, it just reminds you of how chaotic and horrible this past year has been. Lock him in a room with Mars for an hour. I think they just get along. I think they would genuinely just get along. Also, please don't do that to Mars. I think Mars would turn to violence if you did that. Because, like, she likes it when we fight back.
need to beat this man in the face. Little gang of dickwits. Vase looks exasperated by your presence. Hey, it's Rex's little buddy, he says, scowling. Get out of here before I have to send him a message about how I don't want his little gang of dickwits stinking up my garrison. He cracks his knuckles. You're not going to like my choice of medium. You can't wait for me to hit the next year. How about we don't? Here, have a brick. It'll be funny. It's his fucking birthday, too. I just gave him a rock for his birthday. Oh, what even is this? Vase asks, holding your gift at arm's length. A birthday gift? You Stratos have strange tastes. Funny as possible, fucking. Nem is kicking a sports ball around listlessly. After a while, she picks it up and just stares off into the distance at the colony walls. Oh, good luck, kid. Is there a calendar? Oh, hey, this is actually a little descriptor here. I didn't realize. You're 15 years old and could spot a Dorb's moth from a click away. You've got a knack for finding hidden things or staying hidden when you need to. And you know all sorts of things about animals. Ah, it updates depending on your stats. That's cool. Sort of. It's the ring around your portrait. No. I mean a calendar that will, like, tell me, like, everybody's fucking birthdays, and so I don't have to keep clicking through however many people. What is this? 2, 4, 6, 8, 9 people whose birthdays I need to remember? Okay, no. Whatever happened to Auntie Tira? I don't think we've seen her in a while. Is she dead? Oh, we got the new character sprites the next year. Okay. We just got new character sprites. What am I doing? Right, I wanted to buff bravery. And I wanted to try buffing some other skills. We got biology up a little bit. I can't remember what we need to buff bravery. I think it was sports ball, so this might not help. Biology and reasoning. Engineering and reasoning. Humanities, yeah. It's probably sports ball. Sports ball seems like the best call at the minute, because we're kind of leaning into the beefy boy. Yeah. Bravery and toughness. That's combat. That's perception. Where is oh, no. Yeah, toughness and combat and bravery. Oh, fucking hell. Oh, boy. Sports ball. I want the bravery. Security Chief Rat interrupts your afternoon training to address the group. Nem perks up. This seems important. Since the original colony was destroyed, Rat begins, we have needed every skilled security officer we can find to defend our home. And now, with Governor Lum's blessing, age is no longer a requirement. We are looking for young recruits to join the ranks of the defense squads. This is a serious job. He punches his hand for emphasis. You'll be soldiers, not little kids learning self-defense or peering down from the safety of the walls. You will be in danger. You need to be brave and know your way around a weapon. Step forward if you think you have what it takes to defend our colony. Go pound sand, warmonger. Fucking tempting. Toughness is in gardening, weirdly. That does make sense. In fairness, that does make sense. Like, gardening's fucking hard work, man. I kind of don't wanna, but I feel like it would be useful for our skills. Let's just hang back quietly for now. Good, he says to those who step forward, including Nem. For the rest of you, if you change your mind and want to join the real soldiers, you know where my office is. This is a sports ball group. Why are you acting like, well, like a cop, I was gonna say, but I suppose he is a cop, so it just unlocks a new job? Yeah, that's kind of the goal. But I don't want to, like, line up the personality with too much of the others. That didn't make sense in my head. It's the garrison. It just happens to be where the sports ball court is as well. Yeah, but this is a newly built garrison, and the sports ball court is like over from the like. It is distinctly far away from it now. It might be on top of it. In fairness. Now, please stop hanging out with the creepy, aggressive soldier guy. It's making me nervous. Vase is about 2 clicks removed from flat out ignoring you. Go bother Rex if you like him so much, he snaps. Just don't believe anything he says about me. You don't know the whole story, and he'll lie to anyone to make himself look good. It is good to see the rest of the colony finally appreciate the work we do here, Tang says. Certainly, agriculture and infrastructure were necessary for our initial survival, but the attack class glow has made it clear that subsistence alone will not save us from the aliens. She clenches her fist. We need to be smarter than them. Here, have a flower. You like those. Oh, it's her birthday. We're finally learning everybody's birthday on the same year. It's fine. I'm sure nothing bad will happen between Nem and Douche. Listen, you are teaching your grandmother to suck eggs. You think I didn't go wiki diving the first time I played this? Didn't even do it on purpose. I stopped paying attention for 5 minutes, and the next thing I know, I'm ass deep in the wiki. It seems you've remembered my birthday. How thoughtful of you. Tang says, accepting the flower with a dubious look. I'll set this flower aside to analyze later. I am interested in the properties of all Vertamnon flora. I've got to stop going, like, posh British for her. She turns to walk away, then remembers herself. Thank you, she adds, almost as an afterthought. Oh, hey. You spot Tang leaning against the wall outside of engineering. She's yawning, rubbing her eyes and staring off into space. She startles as you walk up. Oh, Solana, I was just taking a short break. Tired? Yes, she says simply. I didn't sleep last night, or the night before. I was working on a bonus assignment for biology class. You haven't slept in 2 days. More like 3, she replies, then pauses for another jaw-cracking yawn. But, as I said, I'm tired. Even my enhanced body has limitations. You look at her quizzically. I don't need to sleep as much as other people. It's a genetic, she says foggily. You know, a DNA enhancement. I guess sometimes even I forget to do it. I should set myself a reminder. Hollow, add to schedule, sleeping, nightly, 2300, for 3 hours. Her hollow palm emits a tone in response. Tangent nods sleepily. That should do it, she murmurs. Her eyes are practically closed. Find her a place to take a nap. Tang follows you obediently into the engineering wing, too tired to protest. You slip into medbay to grab a blanket and pillow off a shelf. By the time you return, Tang's already fallen asleep, curled up in an egg chair in the waiting area. You gently place the blanket over her, and she hums happily before going slack with much-needed sleep. Tang glows up hard. Hey! Okay. Just gonna... Every time we see him, somebody in this colony is finally willing to hug me, and I'm gonna be honest, I was getting a little desperate. Mars is poring over a real book with real paper. You crowd around to take a look at it. This belongs to the new kid, Nomi? Mars says, lifting her voice like a question. I told them I was looking for someone to draw designs for my new fashion line, and they just handed me this. The book is filled with character designs, giant robots, and pictures of characters kissing. It's so good, Mars says, turning the pages. This is what we need here. People with talent. It's a compliment. Hey, listen, I'm protective of Tang. Oh yeah, did he say he was the first month of pollen? I want to buy a cake so that I don't, in case this place gets fucking destroyed again. Fuck, there's so many people. Early pollen. Okay, perfect. No fucking idea, and you're gonna have to let me know. Cal's up for a new present? No. He's just unhelpful. Wait, where is Nami Nami? Did we talk to Nami Nami? Have we gone out the gate this season? This period? I don't fucking know anymore. Time isn't real. Nope, it's up here. Get the rifle solely for the purpose of beating up Vance. That's what I did. I didn't have enough for it, I don't think. It's like 100, isn't it? I'm buying the cake. I'm making friends before I'm shooting people. Cal would be very proud of me. Dees is still having a life crisis. Poor son of a bitch. Here, have a root. Oh, it's his birthday. Fuck. I should have given him the cake. He plucks at the roots for a bit, but then his shoulders slump. Did you give me these because it's my birthday? He asks. I actually hate it when people make a big deal about my birthday. It's look, maybe you should just go do something nice for Tang. She actually likes the attention. Listen, I still got the friendship points. I don't fucking care. You'll live. You spot Dees about to head out on an expedition. He is carrying a full backpack with a second one at his feet full of surveying equipment. As you approach, you realize he's writing in a notebook, an actual notebook with paper and everything, braced on his knee with one foot on his equipment. He looks up as you approach and closes his notebook, slipping it into the jacket pocket over his heart. Oh, hey Solana, he says, and tucks the pen behind his ear. Are you coming too? That's cool. Maybe we'll be posted near each other. Dees hates cake. I think I actually... Yeah, we discovered that a while ago. What were you writing? Just stuff, Dees says dismissively. I like writing on paper. It feels more real, you know? And it's more private than having everything on your holopalm where people could find it. You beg him for more details. Dees huffs through his nose, but he looks amused. Just stuff, he repeats. How I'm feeling, what the weather's like, what people are doing around the colony. I like observing people. Sometimes I pretend I'm an alien, he continues, and I'm studying how people act so I can blend in. Do you ever write about me? Dees goes red and ducks his head. Well, sure, he says. You're part of the colony, right? And you're my friend, so of course I write about you. You're about to ask to see, but you're interrupted by Utopia calling for all hands to board the expedition vehicles. Dees stoops to pick up the surveying equipment, then he's gone without another word. He must not want you to know what he's writing about you. Curious. Okay, I would go out onto another expedition. How to give Dees an anxiety attack. Listen, I'm hunting this man. This poor child is me. He was kind of grumpy when I first met him, and that just put him in my crosshairs. As a friend, the rest is just, oh, shit and bollocks, don't do that. You good, Hen? You're not gonna freak out on me again? Alright. I should probably level toughness. Apply for guard duty. It looks like that might level bravery, actually. You reports to Security Chief Rhett about guard duty with the defense squads. Ah, you're back, Rhett says. Cal's gonna kill me. He walks over to face you. Not many original colonists want to step up for defense duty. Not like these Helios soldiers, he says. I've been trying. The rest of the council might not agree it's necessary to recruit children, but they haven't seen the things I've seen. So, did you find your courage? I so want to tell them to go pound sand. These are kids, but... When Rhett smiles, it's not a happy smile. But do you have what it takes to survive? Sure. Rhett nods. Okay, you're in. See you at dawn, recruit.
It does buff bravery. I need to do it.
You show up for orientation to guard duty. Vase and Nem are here as well, listening intently to Security Chief Rhett as he teaches you the specifics of the colony's defenses. There's the walls, of course, and the lookout towers, and the robotic turrets. There are obvious weaknesses, like the gates, and less obvious ones, like the pipes that divert runoff water away from the colony. And there are high-priority targets, like engineering and geoponics. You're surprised to learn that the living quarters are considered a lower priority. Duh, Vase mutters. During an attack, everyone's supposed to be defending the colony, not hiding under their beds. It's a lot to learn quickly, and Rhett doesn't let you make mistakes. He drills you and drills you. First on your knowledge of the colony, and then on actual drills. Physical fitness and reflexes, loading and firing a plasma rifle, securing a dangerous situation, and combat tactics both as a group and solo.
If the lookouts on the walls see anything, you'll be the ones to shoot it, he says as you struggle with reloading the cartridge in your plas rifle. There might not be time to wait for backup. You have to be able to make and act on the right choice without hesitation. He looks you right in the eye. You are not only a guard while you're on duty, he says seriously. You're being charged with the defense of the colony itself. I expect you to be ready at all times to answer the call. Frustrated, you fumble the cartridge and it clatters to the ground. Rhett stops it under his foot. No slacking. Keep your mind and body sharp and ready for anything. Rhett leaves you to figure out how to reload your plas rifle on your own. Vase is already finished, of course, but Nem stops what she's doing to help you. There's a latch here, she says, flicking it with her thumb. If it's deployed, you can't click the cartridge in. Got it? You nod. It's easy when someone actually shows you how. He's kind of intense. Vase scoffs. You deserve it if you're just using this as an excuse to slack off. If him hurting your feelings is what it takes to make you colonize, realize that defense isn't a hobby, I hope the chief chews you up and shits you out the other end. Vase leaves in disgust. Nem shoots you a sorry look and follows him, shouldering her rifle as she goes. Thanks, Nem, you fucking traitor. Also, are you telling me they couldn't even be fucked to teach their new colony guards how to load their own goddamn guns? Like, whose idea was that? Who? Why? Shoot. You ain't good enough. We hit the mark. Don't bully Nem, it's not her fault. I'm not bullying Nem, I'm just saying. She has bad taste.
Oh shit, this pays really well. Never mind, we're doing this all the time now.
Oh hell, it's the glow. I hate the glow. Nem fiddles with her personal defense plas cutter. Never thought I'd actually be using one of these, she says quietly. Guess we all gotta be ready to defend ourselves now. We figured out she likes eggs, that's it. Here, have a flower. Best I can do, you, hon. Am I worried about an attack? He shrugs. No, we'll be fine. The governor's got this. And more importantly, we've got explosives. I'd like to see those alien animal null shits beat that. He hates flowers. I don't think he has opinions on bobber fruit. Never mind, he hates bobber fruit. What do you like anything other than yourself? Vase takes her gift and scowls at it with thinly veiled disgust. Yuck, I'm not eating that. Knowing this planet, it's probably poisonous. How you unintentionally joined the Gardaí. Listen, I need to get the stats up. And I can't believe I had to become a cop to do this. But it's the most efficient way. Finally, an acceptable season, Tang says, looking relaxed for the first time all year. Not too bright, not too warm. If only it was like this all year round. Okay, well, you definitely like flowers, so you're having them. I hope you find it useful. Same thing you say every time I give you a flower. I can't even complain, it's very handy. Cal stands in the middle of the garden, looking around at the blanketing dark and the eerie glow from the nearby fungal forests. I never knew plants could be like this, he breathes. It's amazing. There you go, more food. Deese looks up at the dark sky, illuminated by the fungal glow coming from the forest. Do you think it's going to make a difference? He asks, not looking at you. The soldiers, the walls, the explosives, they're going to keep coming, harder and harder until we're dead. You like medicinal roots. There you go. Yep, same thing you said last time I gave you one of those, but at least you're happy. Let's see, who are we missing? We're missing Mars, Nomi, Rex, who I definitely didn't forget about. Oh yeah, the gates are shut. We're not allowed outside. Ah, we can interact with them. Oh, we're not allowed to leave though. Boo. Thought we'd be able to sneak out and do some bullshit. Oh shit, we never went back to the ridge. Ugh, bummer. Okay, I get why Mars is inside, and it occurs to me that both Rex and Nami Nami probably are not combat people. I don't think Tank gives a single solitary fuck. Cal is just kind of enjoying himself. Dees is goth. Okay, well, we're going on the defensive. Because I need the bravery stats. Like, so much. Oh my god. Oh, I don't like that it gives me vase points, but it'll do. Everyone is on edge waiting for the next attack. It feels like everyone you know is on guard duty right now. Even kids and those who usually take up civilian positions. Every eye on the wilderness is a middle finger raised to the darkness. We're still here. Sure. Oh no, we have to do this in one? Oh, hell. No, we can. Nice. I'll take it. Plus, we're getting combat points, which is probably going to be super useful for when I try to put base for a brick wall. It's your first year on colony defense during Glow. It's a little nerve-wracking knowing you're just waiting to be attacked. What if you're not good enough? What if you fail and someone dies? What if you die? At least you're surrounded by trained soldiers. You're on guard duty when you hear the colony sirens. The enemy is here. Vase jumps to his feet and pumps his fist.
Hell yeah, he exclaims. Finally, some action. I was beginning to think you guys made it up.
Are you ready, Solana? I'm gonna beat this man to death with a brick. There's chatter in your ear speak, and it makes your stomach clench in fear. Just hearing that the colony is under attack, it brings up too many memories. Well, nut up. You muster with the rest of the defense forces at the gates. Rhett and Lum are arguing about what tactics to employ. Lum keeps trying to rally the soldiers with a heartening speech about giving it everything they've got. All the drones, all the explosives, and Rhett keeps cutting in. We don't need to take any big risks, Rhett insists. It's a smaller attack and we have more than enough plas rifles and turrets. We should save our other resources for when we do need them. Why do things halfway? Lum exclaims. We need to get in there and kick their asses back to the goo they came from. We need to show people that we have everything under control. For morale. Rhett tries one more time to wrest control of the forces back from Lum, but Lum cuts him off. Fire the explosive rounds, he orders. Arm the charges. I can't wait for... I hope to God this guy gets eaten by something with way more teeth than it has brain cells. Shells scream through the permanent night, followed by explosions you feel vibrate up your boots. The Helios are unfazed, but you and the other Strato guards exchange nervous looks. You hear yelling, then another boom as the secondary explosives detonate. The baying of bloodthirsty animals reaches your ears. Then... Lum holds his finger to his ear speak. Great work! Just the stragglers incoming! Open the gates! For a guy named Lum, he isn't that bright. This man is a massive pain in the fucking arse. And a bit of a cunt, too. Nine? I have a nut. Y'all have fucking 9. Can we hit our super goal? We can hit a super goal. Sure. He's also a bit of a twat, but we can't do anything about that. You face off against a lesser Xeno, some kind of thin, semi-aquatic thing, already half dead and limping doggedly through the gates. It's almost comical how easy it is to stun and kill it. By the time you're done, the other soldiers have dispatched the rest of the creatures. Smoke drifts in from the battlefield from the explosions, an acrid scent of triumph. After the attack, Lum gathers everyone in the lounge and holds a big celebration for the soldiers. There's feasting and drinking and the songs of valor, and as the party goes on long into the night, some drift away in pairs, or more. Mars and Rex keep the dancing going. Even Nem seems to relax, especially when the other cadets invite her to drink with them. Tonight, Everyone seems convinced this victory means the colony will be safe forever. Maybe it will be. You sure want to believe it too. Can I get rid of any of these, please? Please, they're so bad. 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. Okay, so we age out at 19. Ah, yes. Back to the weak-willed deadweights. Here, have a... You don't like anything. Here, have a stick.
Wow, really? You like sticks? Better than you like, I don't know, food?
What is this guy eating if he refuses to eat anything? It must be 17. How Christ, how far in did I get? Yeah, yeah, because the model's only just kind of only just updated for us like a couple of seasons ago. So, not seasons, years. So it would feel weird if they updated that quickly again. You spot Nem halfway up a garrison watchtower, her legs wrapped around the scaffolding as she cranes to look over the fence through a pair of holoculars. You clear your throat, and she peers down at you and waves. Solana! Come on up here. I want to ask you something. You clamber easily up the scaffolding. Nem gives you a high five. Here, look at through these, Nem says, shoving the holoculars into your hand. You raise them to your eyes and look where she's pointing. A long ways out, much farther than the expeditions are going, you spot a dark humanoid shape moving through the towering fungal forest. See him? Nem says. It's Dees, I swear it is. He's always sneaking out over the walls. So what? Nem stares at you. So what? She repeats, aghast. He's gonna get in trouble. Only if you tell on him. Well, yeah, Nem sputters, but someone should. Snitch. The adults say we're not supposed to go outside the colony unless it's on expedition, Nem says, taking the holoculars back and looping them around her neck. And Dees just goes out whenever he wants. What if he gets hurt? What if he dies? She wrinkles her nose. What if he picks up a weird alien disease and comes back with 3 heads? Nem scratches her cheek where acne's made her skin dry and sore looking. Ow, she mutters as bits flake off. I just don't know what to do about it, she says. What do you think? Stay out of his business. I can't do that, Nem pouts. As the strongest kid in the colony, I gotta protect all the other kids. The colony's got rules for a reason, Nem says, staring off into the wilderness. If we do our own thing and don't care about the rules, we're all gonna be toast. Kind of like a sports ball team. We're all doing different stuff, but we all gotta play by the same rules so we can get as many points as we can. Anemone! Solana! You look down at the ground where a passing colonist is waving up at you. You two get down from there. It's not safe. Okay, sorry, I'm on watch, Nem shouts back, indicating her holoculars. She shoots you a smile. I guess we should get inside the watchtower, huh? You both climb the rest of the way to the guard platform. Nem heaves herself over the edge and reaches down to help you up, and you notice that her hands are all banged up and scabbing over with blue scales, probably from scampering all over the place the way she does. She notices you looking and laughs awkwardly. She runs her hand through her fluffy hair. Maybe if I get beat up enough, I'll have so many scales I won't have no more acne, she jokes. I'm going to turn vase into manticore food. Okay. Tang barely looks up from her work. Is there something you need? She asks. I'm attempting to manifest a flow state, which is a perfect plane of uninterrupted mental stimulation. It's supposed to be quite effective for creatives and researchers. Cool. Have a flower. I'm glad that my complete failure to make friends for the first, 4 years. Yeah, about 4 years. It doesn't seem to have hampered me overly. We're doing pretty well. Over halfway friendship with almost everybody we started. Oh, poor Mars started as my best friend. You're standing around gossiping with Rex when he suddenly goes quiet. You turn to see a group of teenage soldiers from the Helios staring back at you across the courtyard, scowling in derision. Don't pay attention to them, Rex mutters, turning back to you. If they know they get under your skin, you'll never leave you alone. Trust me, it's better to just smile. Getting a stick. I know it's not your birthday, but... Okay, so he won't accept presents other than on his birthday, except the sticks? Or was that just a program thing where he tells you about his birthday? Anyway, either way, he's getting hugged. 'Tis the season. Nomi! Nomi, Nomi! Nomi has 3 hollow screens in front of them, all displaying different homework assignments. I have so much to do, they whine, squishing their cheeks in despair. This would go so much faster if I was smart, like Tangent. Maybe it's okay to take a break. Just a little one. I have a present for you. I assume you like flowers. You're fine with flowers. We'll have to go outside to get some more rocks, I guess. Actually, that's weird. I don't think I've seen anything on the ground yet. Did none of those respawn? Or maybe it's the wrong season. Okay, we need pollen for Rex's birthday. Yeah. Hey, heads up! You barely manage to find cover as water arcs across your head. You look around and Cal waves sheepishly, a garden hose is in his other hand. He's surrounded by kids who are hooting and cheering for him to turn the hose on them again. Sorry, he calls out. I guess it got away from me. We're rapidly running out of presents for these people. Like, we are going to have to do some serious work to catch that up. Oh, a log. Okay, we are going to have to do an expedition. Hey, a rock. Peace, you're there. Dees is kneeling at the edge of the expedition staging area, checking through his backpack. I can't wait to get out there again, he says. I hate being cooped up in the colony with everyone's drama, and everything always smells like shit. He takes a deep breath for effect. Yeah, I'm not gonna miss that when I'm gone. I don't have anything he wants, do I? No, he likes the weird things. There we go. Can't escape me, motherfucker. Perception and engineering. Perception and biology. Perception and animals. Bravery, if we do nearby. Oh, wait, no, we're currently getting a boost to... Oh, hoot. I think we'll take advantage of the boost. We'll have to do some more scouting. No, Dees is talking about leaving again. We should probably babysit that. At least if we leave, then we can kind of maybe babysit Dees a bit. And stop him from actually escaping. Which seems like a bad idea on this planet. Which is very, very murdery. Those plants have teeth. Let's go straight. We're not hyper stressed, so I'm actually gonna gun it straight for the boss event. Because we completely forgot to do it last time. Well, okay. I completely forgot to do it. Maybe I shouldn't be pushing all the blame on everybody else, but that's not the point. Oh, another one of those weird towers. Oh, it's actually something. This is the same event that we had last time, isn't it? Oh no. +2 to pairs, though. That's gonna have to be a next round. I don't super care. Close enough. I'll take it. A win's a win. You find more scraps of convergent domain writing and technology. You document everything to bring back to Utopia. Yeah, good enough. Ah. Plot. You've been saved a few times from certain doom, or at least discomfort, and it can't have been a coincidence. Something, or someone, has taken an interest in you. You're being followed. You're beginning to get a feel for this place and its dangers, so the next time you hear the mournful hoot of a passing air squid, you head towards it instead of away, keeping an eye out for anyone watching you from the cliffs. There. Just as you think you're going to have to grab its tentacles and fly it like a kite to get to your saber to show up, you see a shadowy humanoid figure appear over a nearby ridge. You make eye contact and both freeze. His almond-shaped eyes widen in his not quite human face, and he slips out of sight again. Track him carefully. Rather than rush after him, you use your tracking skills to carefully follow his path and sneak up on him. You pounce like a manticore, and the two of you tumble to the ground. You pin his arms. I'm sorry. I wasn't expecting a romance novel fucking cover for the introduction. You get a good look at his face for the first time. The long, delicate features, the odd tone of his skin, almost purple, and his glittering alien eyes. Before he can answer your questions, you jump off him and back away. What is he? He brushes the dirt from his clothes and stands up tall, very tall. You have to take another step back to get a good look at him. You catch a glimpse of a pale purple wrist under his tattered black sleeves, delicate like bird bones. I am a gardener, he purrs, and you're trespassing on my planet. Now that you can see all of him, you confirm he's definitely not human. Besides the purple tint to his skin, he's also just constructed differently. Human, but not. And taken as a whole, those little discrepancies add up to something that is decidedly alien. You're an alien? He laughs, a light and infectious chuckle that sounds more animal than human. It goes on for a bit too long. You think he might be poking fun at you. Actually, you're the alien here, if you think about it. You do think about it. He's right. He jumps up onto a large rock and crouches, eyeing you thoughtfully. Let's make a deal, he says. He speaks with an odd inflection, putting the wrong stress on things, but the words themselves come easily enough to him. I'm not supposed to talk to you, he says. It's against the rules. But since you've caught me, I can grant you one wish. He smiles mischievously. Is this a joke? I wish to know more about you. He gives you a sly look. In time, Solana, I hope. He pauses, and his eyes unfocus for a moment. He stares straight ahead, unblinking. Then he slowly stretches like a cat and stands up. Well, this has been fun, but I'm afraid duty calls. He doffs an invisible hat towards you. My name is Symbiosis, by the way. Or Sim, if you like. He jumps behind the rock and disappears. Literally, he disappeared. You search all around and can find no trace of where he might have gone or how. Stars! You just met an alien. It only took us 6 years, but we finally met a fucking alien that can communicate. And is probably not edible. Well, we'll come back to that one. Oh, he's just stood there. You didn't get very far, did he? You're walking up a trail when you're caught by surprise. It's Sim, and he's running? You're knocked to the side as he pushes past you, running in the opposite direction with barely a glance. You shout and chase after him, but after a few seconds, it becomes clear you don't have a hope of finding Sim when he doesn't want to be found. You turn and continue along the path, and around the next bend you spot a familiar face. Utopia. She's collecting rock samples with a pickaxe like an old-timey prospector. Who the hell was that? She demands. Who? I didn't see anyone. Utopia squints at you. The man who just ran past. The tall guy dressed in black. How did you not see him? She hikes her back pickaxe off her shoulder. Whatever. Just watch where you're running, okay? The gravel's loose around here. And maybe check in with Doc Instance. Get your eyes looked at. You agree, happy to be out of this conversation without any trouble, and continue on along the path before Utopia asks any more questions. You walk for a couple of minutes before you see Sim again. He seems to be in good humor, despite the close call. Oh, he says, leaning against a tree, it is tiresome to be so secretive. He wipes his eyes, brimming with mirth. It is such a pleasure to be around you and Dees,
and not have to hide myself.
He sobers quickly.
I do appreciate your discretion, he says. It is not the right time for the gardeners to be formally introduced. To do so too early would cause a great degree of chaos. Yes, even the female surveyor, he continues. I do like her, but I have learned from my limited experience with your kind that adults of your species do not react well to surprises. It is good you are here, though, Sim continues, as I do need something from you. Data.
What? Sim holds up his hands.
Please do not be alarmed, he says placatingly. I do not mean sensitive information, such as personnel and defenses. I mean only the contents of your digital cultural archive.
Like holovids?
Sim smiles. Yes, exactly. Your holographic recordings of movies, music, books, cultural artifacts only, I promise.
Why? But he didn't look human before these started chatting to him.
Well, Sim says, isn't it obvious? I wish to know more about your kind. I wish to learn how to...
He struggles for the right phrasing.
I wish to learn how to act in such a way that is not so discomforting to humans.
Sure! I'm down for this, because he's kind of funky. And our first introduction, he did the romance novel, like, heroine pose, and I thought that was funny.
Sim's gentle smile grows warmer. Truly? He asks, clasping his hands. Oh, I thought it would take a great deal more convincing. You are surprising. It's such a pleasure.
He tells Sim that you can likely find a mem drive in engineering and fill it with the data he wants. Why are you grimacing? It'll be fine. Don't worry. I'm sure he's not gonna wear somebody's skin and eat somebody. It'll be fine. do it. What am I being encouraged here? Am I being encouraged to get him the items? Or It's fine, Ingrid. It's fine. Go on, Rakesh. Clarify your request while I'm trying not to choke on this fucking Coke. I don't know why you're so worried, Ingrid. It's fine. And think of it this way. He can't be worse than Lum. Out of curiosity, do you know what symbiosis means? Yes. Yes, I do. I am saying this with full awareness. Okay, we're gonna mac on the definitely not auspiciously named character. Sim startles and laughs, his hand shooting up to cover his mouth.
Oh, you're so bold, Solana. That is a quality I genuinely admire about you. What a marvelous gift, to be able to simply voice whatever is on your mind, without the burden of forethought.
Oh, great, now he's sassing me. He taps his lips thoughtfully.
Perhaps watching your holographic videos will help me to understand the nuances of your request.
Did I just get outgamed by an alien? Oh, hey, Utopia. Don't worry about it. Disappointing? What are you disappointed at? Oh, because we didn't actually get to mac on the alien yet? Oh man, I wanted a kiss. Don't worry, we can keep going. We can keep pushing it for that. Utopia has sent a team of geologists to get a closer look at this region's weird terrain. You come across them working, and Utopia beckons you over. Solana, she says, drawing everyone's attention to you. Solana, come here. Everyone, Solana's been working in this area a while, and I'm sure she's got plenty of information on what's out there. The geologists politely turn towards you and listen. Here's what we've got so far, Utopia says, speaking directly to you. Judging from how the layers of sedimentation are broken up, this place used to be pretty flat, for there must have been a ton of earthquake activity, ripping up the land and bringing up these huge ridges. We can date the quakes around the time a lot of these ruins were created, she adds. And we're looking, but we haven't seen anything built after 'em. Like, that was it for the old conversion domain. These broken up layers are the same across the planet. Something sure happened about 20,000 years ago. Help them work. You set up a drone hive to measure the sediment layers along the cliffside and learn a few things about rocks. That sounds riveting. Who are we thinking of romancing? Well, so far we're gaming on Dees, Rex, and now Sim, so we'll see how it goes. We'll see how it goes. Okay, I think that was the last regional boss event, so will we head by? Might as well max out our stress. I'm sure that'll have no lasting consequences on our psyche. Welcome on in, by the way, Solly. Oh no, it's not this one again. Oh, why do I always get peed on when I go outside? The sun goes behind a cloud, and you feel a light splattering of rain. It sizzles into the dry, hot ground around you, providing a little relief from the heat of the day. Then you realize you don't see a single cloud in the sky ahead of you, and it almost never rains in the western resting ridges. The plants here rely on nighttime dew for moisture. We're gonna look up. Oh, thank God they're not peeing on me, I don't think. Oh no, they are. A herd of float cows are bobbing overhead like hot air balloons, drifting west in the prevailing winds. You've seen these creatures being milked in the colony's farms. During migration season, their helium sacs swell to make them lighter than air, so they can safely travel great distances. You've also heard what they use for ballast. That wasn't rain at all. It was float cow piss. You try to dodge another shower, but it splatters down on you, soaking your head and shoulders. Gross. At least the heat makes it evaporate quickly. I can't believe I got 3 animal points for that. We're already maxed. No. You've seen all the romance endings. You're not going to spoil it, but the 3 I named are really good. Nice. Not to brag, but I traditionally have great taste in romance partners in these games. Definitely have never gotten stabbed before for that. The suns rise again after glow, heralding a new year. It's your 16th birthday. You wake in your new quarters, blinking into the watery sunlight. Dust motes float through the air, and you take a moment to enjoy the perfection of your bed while you listen to the sounds of the colony waking up outside. So much has happened in 1 year. Just a few short months ago, you thought your life was over. Now it's better than ever. There's plenty of food, and the colony is safe. You even have your own bedroom. You're considering snoozing until your dad wakes up, when your reverie is interrupted by someone sitting on your balcony. It's Dees. He's on your balcony? How did he get up there? You're finally awake, Dees says, slipping off your railing. I thought you were going to sleep away your whole birthday. Happy birthday, by the way. You watch the sunrise in companionable silence. Your dad wakes up shortly after that, and you order up your traditional birthday breakfast feast. He gives you a big squeezy hug and tells you he's proud of you. Hey, you're finally awake. Don't you dare. Don't you... Bonk. Bonk with the stick. Dees just takes you to the opening of Skyrim. Menaces. You're both menaces. I love you, but you're menaces. Yeah, got gamed. Okay, I have, as always, work in the morning, and I also have once again not eaten yet. So, and we've reached our 3-hour time limit, so I'm going to call it there for the evening. As always, it is great to see you guys. I hope you enjoyed yourself. I hope the rest of your week goes swimmingly. And I look forward to seeing you guys around sometime. Bye!